Here from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium. Boston College won the toss, elected to defer. 73 degrees, light breezes out of the south, and 60% humidity. A perfect afternoon for college football.
And the Heisman Trophy winner is going to touch the ball first, Tom. You've got to be excited about that.
Samuel, the deep man, Boston College kicks it away. And here we go from Louisville, Kentucky. A yard deep, and that's where Samuel will stay. Time for our Food Line Impact players. Dave, we start with the Cards.
Yeah, the former quarterback Reggie Bonnafon, who's been a confidant for Lamar Jackson, will be in the backfield. Now he'll catch the ball, he'll run the football, a multi-dimensional guy. And then Robbie Bell, the redshirt freshman, will start at center. Just 6 career starts against an outstanding players up front for BC. But when you talk about exciting and dynamic, Lamar Jackson comes to mind. He's number 2 in the country in total offense this year at 416 yards a game.
The player of the year in the ACC a season ago, under center for the first series for Louisville this afternoon. Jackson throwing on the run, tipped and incomplete. Fitzpatrick couldn't hang on. The Food Line Impact players for the Eagles.
Yeah, Lucas Dennis is leading the nation in interceptions with 5. He only has 6 career starts. Dynamic player switching over from corner. And in the middle, a freshman, John Lamont, takes over for Connor Strahan. But when you talk about defense for BC, you talk about Harold Landry, the big fella off the edge playing with an injured ankle.
8 tackles for loss for Landry. That includes 5 sacks. Both of those numbers lead the team. Linebacker Ty Schwab making the tackle of Jackson.
And when you talk about defensive front, we talk about Harold Landry. Landry led the nation in sacks a year ago with 16.5, but he injured his ankle a week ago, and he has been struggling all day long. In fact, Tom, he didn't practice all week. He's got 5 sacks on the season, and they're hoping he can play because he and Zach Allen make up 2 of the best edge players in the conference.
26 sacks for his career, second most in BC history. Here's Jackson, stumbles at the 35, but it's good enough for a first down. He's up past the 35 to the 38. He got 12 yards on the play.
Boy, BC does their job on first and second down, create third and long, and when you got this cat in the backfield, there is no third and long. When you start talking about Lamar Jackson, just a designed run for Lamar Jackson up through the middle, big time run.
Jackson, the junior from Pompano Beach, Florida. The handoff. Bonnafon out of bounds just around that 45-yard line. He got 7, forced out by number 8, Will Harris.
Well, Tommy, talk about Reggie Bonnafon. He does a good job of staying with the run, stretches it all the way to the sideline, ends up picking almost 7 yards up on the play. Bonnafon started at quarterback, played his first 2 years at quarterback. In fact, actually started 7 games as the quarterback here. They moved him receiver a year ago. Now he's the running back. But his biggest impact has been as a friend to Lamar Jackson. The youngster starting 2 years ago, Reggie Bonnafon was that guy for him to talk to.
Back in 2014 when the teams met, Bonnafon threw a couple of TD passes in a winning effort. This pass is complete. Jalen Smith breaks away. Jalen Smith headed to the end zone. Now a flag came out. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, it's a late flag too, Tom. Jalen Smith, back from injury, immediately makes a play. Just a shallow drag right over the middle of the field, and Lamar found him, but the flag came in about the 20 of BC.
Offense, number 7, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, Reggie Bonnafon trying to help out down the field on a block, got called for holding, and spoils the return of Jalen Smith, the senior. As I mentioned, Jalen Smith had been injured, has missed the last several games, comes across on the shallow dragger. Excellent protection for Lamar Jackson. But Reggie Bonnafon helping down the field, grabs the corner, and that was where the flag came in.
Nullifying a 55-yard play for the Louisville Cardinals. As Jalen Smith took it all the way to the end zone with a holding penalty. Sets the football at the 31 of Boston College. This is Bonnafon, 3 yards on the carry.
And the run game, just kind of a change-up. They've not gotten a lot of the run game other than Lamar Jackson. So Reggie Bonnafon has had 2 solid runs in his first 2 carries. Picked up about 3 yards there, now around 10 yards on his first 2 carries. So they need to get a little bit something out of the run game, Tom, because this defensive front for BC is solid, and they'll get after the passer.
Dave, that holding penalty was a spot foul. That's why the ball was marked at the 31-yard line of Boston College. Jackson looking for the end zone. Just a little bit too far for the intended receiver, Des Fitzpatrick, in the end zone.
And nobody in the middle of the field. Des Fitzpatrick lined up inside tight. Lamar Jackson tries to tee up his big-time redshirt freshman. 6 touchdowns on the year for Fitzpatrick, but just off the fingertips, a little too long from the Heisman Trophy winner.
Leads all freshmen in the Football Bowl subdivision with those 6 TD pass receptions. 4th in the conference in this situation for Louisville, Dave.
Yeah, and part of that is Lamar Jackson's ability to pull the ball down and take off.
Jackson wants to throw. Pocket was collapsing, pass behind Fitzpatrick, able to grab it, haul it in and down to close to the 22. They got 6 yards, but short of a first down.
Now the offense going to stay on the field here, Tom. Because of the play by Fitzpatrick, they're 4th and short here. I like the call. Aggressive early. They want to get off to a good start, does Bobby Petrino, and keep that offense on the field. Remember, Lamar Jackson is that dynamic. When you're in this situation, you're so frozen because of the quarterback.
For the 13th time this season, Louisville going for it on 4th down. Jackson still has the football. What a fake. Hits his man down the sideline, diving for the end zone. It's short of the goal line. Just short by Everett.
Yeah, just stepped on the sideline, Tom. I love the play fake and the ball handling. Watch Lamar Jackson. Hide that football. BC thinks run. He had a shot down the middle of the field. It was not open. Great decision by Lamar Jackson. Lay the ball off to your tight end and then up the sidelines to push it inside the 5-yard line. Good decision by the quarterback.
They mark him out just beyond the 2-yard line.
Bobby Petrino wants a timeout. He's clear out on the 20-yard line trying to burn a timeout.
Everett was stretching for the pylon, and they ruled him out at the 2-yard line.
I think he wants the play reviewed.
They are going to take a look at this one, Dave.
Oh, well, this would have to be a challenge by Bobby Petrino then, because they were not going to look at it again. Remember, all plays reviewed in college football. Well, I didn't see anything on the sideline there. That's kind of tough to tell there. Remember, called out of bounds at the 3, sorry, at the 2.
That's Everett, the tight end, who goes airborne and tries to get to the pylon, Dave.
Tom, I think it's a touchdown.
Wow, what an effort.
I think it's the left foot. Watch the left foot right there. He's in bounds. That's a touchdown. And Bobby Petrino running out on the field, that was a challenge by the Louisville sideline.
That was Will Harris defensively who tried to knock him out of bounds, Dave, but look at the stretch to the end zone there for Everett.
Heck of an effort, and heck of an effort by Bobby Petrino sprinting down the sidelines. I think his 10-yard split would have been very good at the combine right there.
So this play is under review with 11:15 to go in the first quarter.
Very impressive opening drive for Louisville. And a really good decision by Lamar Jackson on 4th down, not to push the ball down the field. He had his tight end in the flat as a check down, got it to him to secure the first down, and then the excellent effort to what we think is a touchdown. Would you concur, Tom? Touchdown?
Well, it sure looked like it from our replay, Dave.
You're gonna sit on the fence this early?
Well, Jeff Heiser is our official today, and you need indisputable video evidence to overturn the call. Remember, on the field, they marked him out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. By the way, Dave, if this stands, it would not only be Everett's first catch of the season, but first touchdown as well. He just all of a sudden burst on the scene for this play, and he may have made an incredible play for the Cards here in the first half.
It's a great time to surface. We talked about Petrino yesterday, and Cole Hicatini, their tight end from a year ago, has moved on to the next level. They've missed that play.
After further review, the ruling on the field is a touchdown.
There was indisputable video evidence. Touchdown, Louisville. Everett on the catch, 22 yards, and the Cards are on the board.
excellent start for Louisville. Whenever you get the football, BC won the toss and decided to kick off. They want the ball to start the second half, so they deferred, and Louisville got the ball, and you have to, when you get your opportunity, have to put points on the board, and that's exactly what Lamar Jackson and the Cardinals did.
The redshirt freshman, Kamari Everett from Atlanta, Georgia. First catch, first touchdown at the 11:38 mark of the first quarter. Freaky with the extra point. Everett with the effort to get into the end zone. Louisville leads it 7-0.
That is one of the ultimate opportunities and ultimate experiences, so congratulations to Anthony Floyd.
Walker past the 25, trying to fight his way to the 30. And that's where they'll mark Walker on the return of 19 yards. Here are our drive summary, brought to you by Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
Well, perfect, really. 9 plays, 75 yards, converted a couple times, including 4th down for the touchdown. Excellent drive to start the game and really set the tempo for Louisville.
Lamar Jackson on that drive was 3 of 5 through the air and 62 yards. Everett with the touchdown grab.
And had the big 3rd down conversion. We'll take a look at the quarterback now for Boston College. Anthony Brown, redshirt freshman, multi-dimensional guy, but still learning the job while he plays.
Completes his first pass attempt. Tommy Sweeney. And Sweeney, tough to bring down. Up past the 45 for Boston College and a first down, 18 yards.
And I love the call by Scott Loeffler here. Get his young quarterback a completion early on the bootleg. He's a kid that has the ability to pull it down and take off. But he is a big, strong kid that has all the throws. And like I said, he's learning how to play on the job, which is tough.
Hilliman will be dropped for a loss. That'll be a loss of 4. Food Line impact players for the Eagles on offense.
Now another freshman, you'll hear that a lot today. Kobe White has been an outstanding addition to this offense. Leads them in receiving yards.
Hilliman trying to extend that play to the boundary, can't do it. Trayshawn Smith with the tackle, and that's the second play in a row for a loss for BC. They lost 2. Boston College just 31% of the season on 3rd down. That is 12th in the ACC. 3rd and 16 for the Eagles. In their own 42. Brown with the time. Throws it deep down the sidelines. The catch was made but out of bounds by Jeff Smith.
Yeah, I didn't mention John Hilliman for Food Line impact players on offense as well, the running back. But you look at defensively here, Jair Alexander, you heard Shockley talk about him earlier, all ACC performer, and Grenard is a guy that surfaces an edge player, been big time. He's been camped out in the other team's backfield all year long, just a sophomore. They're excited about Jonathan Grenard.
Russ Yeast ready to return the punt from Mike Knoll, the senior punter for the Eagles. East wants a fair catch as he ranges to his left. Just over 4 seconds of hang time and 41 yards on the punt by Mike Knoll. We'll take a timeout from Louisville, Kentucky. This is the ACC Game of the Week presented by Mellow Mushroom. Now time for our Carolina 4 keys to the game with a very Kentucky Derby theme this time, Dave.
We are in Louisville, 96 winner grindstone with Gerald Bailey aboard. What does that mean? They got to grind this out. They got to be a down and dirty type game. Make them defend the run game. Get your run game going if you're BC. And winning colors, the 88 winner with Gary Stevens aboard. Just come out and do what you do. They did that on the opening drive, so I think Louisville, off to that start they were looking for with those winning colors. Had a tough time last Thursday night against NC State.
And the Cards have come out of the gate strong, scoring on their first possession, although Jackson gets wrapped up, and we go back to Charlotte.
Thanks, Tom. Let's head to Pittsburgh, where the Pack's in town, and Naheem Hines with a big game.
Yeah, you know what? Coach Dorn is like, hey, forget going forward on 4th down. As long as Nyheim Hines can continue to do that, coming off of a long touchdown run the series before, makes life easier.
14-7, the Pack on top of the Panthers.
Boy, the Pack are rolling. And Nyheim Hines and Jalen Sanders, look out.
20th in the country right now for NC State Day. First time ranked in the top 25 that high since the mid-2000s.
I don't think they ranked higher.
I would agree with that, considering their only loss of the season was on a neutral field in Charlotte against South Carolina. A game they certainly could have won if you look at the numbers, Dave.
Tom, again, this BC defense doing a nice job on 1st and 2nd down, and we talked about grinding things out a little bit. That's what they're making Louisville try to do, but this guy at quarterback is a different animal when it comes to converting on 3rd down. We mentioned the 47% 3rd down conversion, which is 4th in the ACC. If you're around 50%, you're getting it done on offense.
From the 22 for the Cards, 3rd and 6. Jackson is pressure. He's got a player around his ankles. He gets away. Lamar Jackson up past the 22-yard line. Ray Smith had that initial contact around the ankles of Jackson. Only a yard on the play on 3rd down.
Look at that guy right there, Ray Smith. This guy has got gigantic legs. We were watching this guy on tape, Ray Smith. He's got tree trunks for legs, and he wraps his arms around Lamar, kind of slows him down enough to where somebody else could. He wanted that sack. Ray wanted that sack. The big fella rushing from the inside.
Would have been his first sack of the season.
Yeah, we talked to Jim Reed, the defensive coordinator. He raved about their 2 interior guys. They'll be talking about their edge guys. How about the 2 interior guys, Ray Smith and Noah Merritt?
This is Walker. Walker up to midfield. Good field position for Boston College. The punt was 41 yards. The return was 16. Cannon had the tackle on special teams. The Louisville Slugger Museum. Grab yourself a bat. 7-0 Louisville. Back after word from your local ACC station. Losing on the road last night at the Carrier Dome to Syracuse, 27-24. We'll talk a little more about that as the game progresses. That's going to be a 1st down. Thad Smith on the play for Boston College. He got 12.
Well, you got to have some gadgetry if you're Scott Leffler, offensive coordinator, going against a fast Louisville defense. So get their speed going one way and Thad Smith around the other way. He's a multi-dimensional guy that runs it, catches it. He'll even throw it some for this team. Excellent job on the end around.
Brown dragged down Trayshawn Smith.
Poor decision by John Hilleman, the running back, to not pick up the blitzer. Watch 32 run right by the blitzer. Ran right by him. And that allowed Louisville to come in and make the play. Smith coming on the blitz. And you see Jair Alexander, that guy, that big-time player on the outside, but he is one of those emotional guys. Get this defense cranked up.
It's a loss of 8 on the play. Brown still has it. Diving up towards the 40-yard line. Mark him a little short of it. Let's go down to DJ Shockley. More on Jair Alexander.
All right, you talk about some emotional guys. Jair Alexander, the preseason All-American quarterback, is their emotional leader on that defensive side. Now, he's been a little banged up, but he played last week versus NC State. But he has the ability to recognize and diagnose. They are really glad to have him back because he is that emotional leader and gets them going. He said he was going to bring the juice today, fellas, so we'll see if that happens.
Well, Alexander's that guy. Not only does he play at the high level, as you talked about, Shock, you mentioned he brings that other stuff to the defense that you need, energy.
3rd and 13 for BC. And the pass behind the intended receiver, Michael Walker.
What a poor throw by Brown. Now, Brown gets hit as he lets this go, but he's got a receiver wide open. Walker coming to the inside is wide open. Alexander playing zone. He's playing that short zone, and boy, he almost threw it to number 10. And if he gets his hands on the ball, look out. But an opportunity right there to convert on 3rd and long. Walker wide open.
Yeast back at his 10-yard line, ready for the punt from Mike Knoll. Boston College 0-3 in conference play, coming off a loss at home against Virginia Tech. This one bounces inside the 1 and goes in the end zone. 41-yard punt. presented by Mattress Firm. Clemson and Syracuse, what an upset.
Well, it was an unbelievable game, and Dino Babers' team played extremely well, led throughout the game. Clemson was in trouble from the opening snap. Eric Dungy was spectacular last night. You see the passing yards. He also had a huge night running the football. He just played with a tremendous amount of energy. See NC State on top in their game at Pitt, and of course later on, huge win down in South Florida as the Yellow Jackets travel to take on the Hurricanes.
Also the oldest rivalry in the South renewed. Virginia and North Carolina. It's Reggie Bonnafon for the Cardinals.
Quietly Virginia, you mentioned that game. It's a good call, Tom. Quietly Virginia goes into Chapel Hill, and we saw them last week win a good game over Duke in Charlottesville, now on the road. And Bronco Mendenhall's got his team playing at a high level.
That is the 122nd meeting between those two teams. Here it's Boston College and Louisville. Cards have the football. Here's Bonnafon, physical play, and short of the 30, got a couple.
Oh, a nice play by Schaub, the linebacker. Watch number 10 just come in and blow the play up. He actually runs through the blocker and just blows the play up. Bonnafon looked like he had some room to run. And Schwab number 10 just came in and blew the play up. And once again, a nice play on second down to try to force a third down. We talked about being a grinding type game. Boston College making it that for Louisville.
Third and short for the Cardinals. That's a first down. 3 yards on the play.
Tom, and talking to BC's defensive coaches, Jim Reed in particular, so you got to limit the big plays. This is a Louisville team that is explosive. We know the quarterback, what he can do. Des Fitzpatrick, the big-time freshman receiver, got to limit the monster plays, make them move the chains. And right now, BC doing a nice job of making that happen.
First and 10 from the 32 for the Cardinals. 4-2 on the season. 1-2 in conference play. They are 2-1 here at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium. Jackson stands and delivers down the middle of the field at the 20, and it is hauled in. Des Fitzpatrick makes the catch. 48 yards for the Cardinals.
Working against Torres, the corner. Slot receiver is going to drag the safety out of the middle of the field. Excellent protection. Lamar Jackson with an outstanding throw down the pipe. The deep post route. And this is the freshman. Fitzpatrick high points the ball with Torres right in his hip pocket. Big time catch by the redshirt freshman.
Jackson again with a bullet down to the 10. It is knocked out of the turf. Looking for Mickey Crump.
Lucas Dennis comes in, the safety comes in and knocks the ball out. Lamar is amazing to watch, DJ.
What's one thing that's exciting is that Lamar Jackson, he's known for his running, but these last few drives, his last 2 throws, he's very calm inside the pocket, and everybody expects him to take off, but he sits back there and wastes the time and then delivers a strike every single time, looks like.
Yeah, Shock, that's something they worked on in spring. They wanted him to stay in the pocket.
He's out of the pocket this time. Past the BC defenders, lunging for the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, if you want to run the football, this guy ain't bad to choose here. Zone read, keeps it to the outside, and then there's no more elusive player in college football than Lamar Jackson. That's his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. He has 8 of the 13 for the team. He has accounted for now 23 of the 29 Louisville touchdowns on the year, passing and rushing. He is an amazing player, and I'm not sure why his name is not in the mix, continuing to be in the mix for the Heisman Trophy.
His 40th career rushing TD. And Lamar Jackson makes it 14-0. We'll be back after these messages from Louisville and BC.
Lamar Jackson scores the touchdown as we see the kickoff following the Lamar Jackson touchdown run. Tom, unbelievable what this kid has done in his career as far as putting touchdowns on the board, both rushing and passing. Now, 4th all-time in ACC history, 97 touchdowns he's accounted for, both rushing and passing the football. And probably going to track Phillip Rivers down at some point. Maybe Deshaun Watson. Taj Boyd would be tough to catch, but look at the names on that list. How about Marquise Williams? What a career he had at UNC. But Lamar Jackson, 4th all-time now in ACC history in touchdowns.
14-0 Louisville. A passing TD, a rushing TD for Jackson. AJ Dillon gets the call.
Talking about BC now. BC got to get to do what they want to do. They've got to move the chains. So you've got to string some plays together. Don't need big plays. Just need some positive plays.
Thad Smith out of bounds and short of the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the play. Anthony Brown, freshman quarterback in there for Boston College. We've also seen James Blackman have to take over, or DeAndre Francois at Florida State.
Tom, it's a good bunch of guys that we're going to get a chance to see for the next several years in a lot of cases of those players. Look forward to watching them down the road, but some young talent coming up in the ACC.
Have to see about the future of Kelly Bryant, who was injured in the game against Syracuse last night at the Carrier Dome. His status still in question, although they do have an off week coming up for the Tigers. Brown out into the flat. Travis Levy. First down, Boston College, and the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pass play.
And Levy got some more snaps during the week. This is one that you hold your breath a little bit if you're Scott Leffler. You're throwing the ball short of the first down. But Levy does an excellent job. He trusts Levy to make the play. It's a kid that enrolled early in January. He's going to have to help him that running back spot. They need some plays out of that position.
First down for their own 35 for BC. Brown keeps it. He's got another first down and works his way into Louisville territory.
It's just not a play they've used a ton, Tom. This is Brown's 26th, 27th carry of the year. He only averaging 3.1 yards a carry. Zone read, just pulls it, reads it, steps around the corner. You can see he's a big, strong athlete. Tough to bring down.
He got 18 yards and takes the ball to the Louisville side of the 50. Flips it out to AJ Dillon, trying to stretch the play. Takes some punishment in the process near the 42-yard line. 5 yards, Dave.
But now you're seeing some BC football. They're getting their run game going, quarterback and running back. When you talk about AJ Dillon, number 2, freshman, New London, Connecticut. This is a kid, 240-pound bruiser. And if Steve Adazio could hand-pick a guy to run it, there's Scott Leffler, offensive coordinator for BC. They like Dillon, 240 pounds coming downhill.
Second year as the offensive coordinator for Leffler. Wide open man at the 25 is Thad Smith. Makes the move at the 10, and Thad Smith takes it in for the Eagles.
Well, Thad Smith, we talked about his multidimensional. He's lined up in the slot to your right. Little bootleg, throw a guy in the flat. Corner closes on the guy in the flat. And Thad Smith ran a little wheel out of the slot position right up the sidelines, and Louisville lost him in coverage. Good vision by the young quarterback to find his receiver down the field. That's Thad Smith. He's going to run kind of a lazy little wheel route. Going to let it go, guys. There's the play fake. Got the tight end in the flat, which draws the corner up. And there is Smith in behind. Got lost in coverage. A nice run after the catch by Thad Smith. So a little reverse for a 10-plus yard play. And how about Thad Smith now? Little wheel route. Brown finds him. BC right back in the game. Nice drive by the Eagles.
That is the first catch of the season for Thad Smith. For Boston College, 42 yards on the pass play from Anthony Brown. His 7th TD toss of the season, and Boston College is on the scoreboard with 53 seconds to go in our first quarter.
I think Scott Leffler is doing a masterful job of getting Anthony Brown in the game. He's given him some throws on the move. He's a tremendous athlete. Give him some run-pass option. Got himself involved in the run game with that nice run in that drive, and then an excellent throw and a good read of the coverage there.
Going to go through the end zone. The Ram Power Play is brought to you by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Last Saturday in Tallahassee, Miami receiver Darrell Langham Took a 23-yard pass from Malik Rozier for the touchdown with 6 seconds remaining for the winning points against the Seminoles.
Yeah, what a drive on the road by the Canes after Florida State had just scored. Their crowd was at full throat. And about a minute and 11 seconds, I think it was a minute and 11 seconds, Miami took over the ball, went down the field. What a throw by Rozier to win the game. 7 times they've lost to Florida State in a row. Big win for the Canes on the road.
That was a 75-yard drive as Jackson does not have an available receiver. That was our Ram Trucks
Number 8,
power
Lamar
play.
Jackson forced out of bounds by number 7.
Talking about Harold Landry. We talked about how he struggled a little bit with the ankle. He's a little gimpy, but you talk about a guy that plays at a high level as much as he can. Certainly not 100% is Harold Landry. Led the nation in sacks a year ago. You look at Louisville's outscored their opponent 49-10 last 4 games in his first quarter.
A couple of TDs, a TD pass of 22 yards by Jackson, and a run of 20 yards all day to throw it. That one sails by everyone.
I'm not sure
like
that
Mickey Crump was closest there.
I'm not sure who that was intended to. Tom, there was a lot of players in the same area. Jackson having a little bit of a laugh himself. He says, wait a minute, I got too many guys in the same spot.
So 3rd and 8 for the Cardinals. They're 2 for 4 on 3rd down in this game from their own 26-yard line. Just 18 seconds remaining on the clock. 5 receiver set for Jackson. He's pressured, has to escape that pocket. Trying to shake the Eagles at the 25, doesn't get far. He got 2 yards. Harold Landry stopped him. There is a Boston College player shaken up on the play.
Looks like Big Ray Allen, but he's up. I'm going to take that guy out of the game.
Looks like that's going to be the final play of our first quarter, Dave, with the Cards up 14-7.
Tom, it's a Saturday in Louisville. It's ACC football. We've got plays being made all over the field. Don't go anywhere. We got more for you.
Ready for second quarter action. Boston College and Louisville. Louisville leads the overall series 6-3. They've won 4 in a row against the Eagles, and all 3 meetings between the teams as members of the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Tom, Michael Walker, who's returned kicks for this team, had a good return last time, got to BC out near midfield, and he's averaging 17 yards of a punt return. So a dangerous player standing deep for BC.
That average is the best in the ACC for Walker at Boston College. Almost got a piece of that punt. Back to the 15 for Walker. And take it down to the 25-yard line. Our first quarter stats brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery, celebrating 11 years of over $5 billion raised for education. To learn more, visit nclottery.com.
Well, huge drive there at the end of the first quarter for BC to get on the board. But not a lot going on. You expect Louisville to maybe be out in front because they've had the ball a little bit longer. But how did they not block this kick? He just missed the ball, Tom. He is there to block the kick and just flat missed it.
Mason King was punting for the Cardinals, able to get that one away. Brown, the pass was tipped. Let's go down to the sidelines and DJ.
Fellas, we talk about Anthony Brown and him being a freshman, and when I talked to him earlier this week, he talked about how the game has slowed down from week 1 to now, but each week has taught him a different lesson on how to manage the game and situations, and he like he did in that first quarter for sure.
Yeah, and I think Shock, as we see the run through the middle, the big back Dillon pushes ahead. But Shock, I think that it's more, he says it's slowed down. I just think that he's off to a better start in this game because he's gotten a few throws, he's gotten involved in the run game. I don't know necessarily it's slowed down, but I think he's playing better today. Yeah, they're doing a good job of these quick hitting plays, the jet sweeps, the getting him on the move, the necklace, all that kind of stuff as a freshman get you into the ball game and acclimated soon.
Boston College 1 for 3 on 3rd down, but this time they've got it. Anthony Brown got away and got 11. Drew Bailey forces him out.
Tommy looks like Cam Newton right here. Watch his stiff arm. Avoids a tackle and boom, little stiff arm right there. Looks like Cam Newton running around the corner. Big time run by Brown.
Anthony Brown, the redshirt freshman from Cliffwood, New Jersey. Tries to go deep. Incomplete near the 20-yard line.
Boy, it looked like Jeff Smith just got a little tangled up on the play. It's a good read by Brown again. That's Kobe White. I'm sorry, not Jeff Smith. Kobe White, the talented freshman who's leading this team in receiving, number 9. But I thought it was a good read by Brown, and his receiver just got a little tangled up. Couldn't have gotten a call there.
Did it get called underneath?
Quick release for Brown, complete inside the 40. Jeff Smith made the catch. And down to the 34-yard line, 22 yards for BC. Smith on the tackle for Louisville.
That's a good read, quick read. Sean talked about quick hitting throws. That's out of their quick package. Just catch the ball, look for the slant. Steve Adazio's got his young quarterback playing at a really high level right now.
5th season on the BC sidelines. See that overall record. 7th year as a head coach. 2 years at Temple University for Steve Adazio. 1st and 10, Boston College. Right up the middle and inside the 30 for 5 yards goes Travis Levy. DJ?
We had a chance to talk to Steve Adazio before the game, and he talked about the big win last night that we all saw with Syracuse. But he talked about it's just being a perfect storm, everything happening right in the game. And right now, things are going good for Boston College. They held in Lamar Jackson. They're moving the football. The young quarterback is playing well. Perfect storm, maybe going.
Well, we saw it last night, man. If these teams that are considered the top at the ACC, they let some of these other teams that are kind of trying to find their feet hang around. Adazio has done a nice job with this crew, keeping their head in the game. It's a brutal schedule if you're on the Atlantic side of the ACC. When we talk about Florida State, Louisville, and Clemson. NC State in there as well. I'm sorry, NC State, I should mention them.
Coach Adazio, also a former Syracuse assistant coach. His quarterback throws it to the end zone, and it is intercepted. Back of the end zone, Louisville. It's number 4, Trayshawn Smith.
Man, I don't like the decision, Tom. This is an opportunity. Brown had a chance to pull the ball down here, and he throws a 50-50 ball. So an opportunity for BC goes awry when the young quarterback throws it down the middle, and the Cardinal defense rises up. Lamar Jackson's got it next.
The Cardinal Express in full effect.
That's where Tom stayed last night.
I wish. Next time. Absolutely. That'd be so cool.
And then he had a part of this. If you notice down in the end, he's down there eating.
Absolutely. Oh, without question.
We appreciate you inviting us to the...
I did invite you. You were too busy with other things.
Very nice.
Preparing for the football
That's pretty cool here in Louisville. They know how to tailgate, don't they?
You were too busy looking up former Kentucky Derby winners for your keys to the game, which were exceptional, by the way.
Tom, let's take a look at this play and see what happened. Young quarterback makes a decision here to throw it. Now he's going to get out of the pocket. Does a great job escaping. Now he's got to remember down the distance. The first down line is the 29-yard line. He decides to tee it up, a jump ball, 50-50 ball. Poor decision, and now a teaching moment now. Kind of an animated Adazio. He wanted him to run with the ball and get the first down, protect the football, and he didn't do that. And so a learning moment, one that's hard to kind of swallow if you're the coach, and probably for the quarterback as well, but they turned the ball over there.
Jackson finally got rid of it. Gave it to Samuel.
Very nice by Lamar.
Might be a forward pass, Dave. Let's wait for officially what they'll call this.
Just a good job by Lamar, though, to string. This is being strung out nicely by BC, and Lamar just holds the ball, waits, and kicks it out at the last moment. Just his understanding of the game. We saw him as a raw player 2 years ago. Now an accomplished guy that understands what's going on in the field.
Well,
I'm going to take a look and see if he threw it downfield, Tom.
Well, here's the thing, Dave. If he goes beyond the line of scrimmage and this is a forward pass,
right,
that's an illegal play.
I just thought it was sideways, but we'll take a look. They're going to take a look at it. Samuel is the pitch back. He lets it go from about the...
maybe the 28 or so, Dave?
Yeah, the ball looks like it might have traveled forward there, Tom. We're all over that.
It just depends on if he crossed the line of scrimmage or not.
Talking about Lamar's feel and all that kind of stuff, and he didn't feel where the line of scrimmage was.
Now, if the play stands, it's 13 yards and credited to Trayvon Samuel. But let's see what Jeff Heiser has to say about it.
Yeah, well, that view we saw right there, I don't think is going to help the officials. Maybe an all-22 look at it or something like that to see if the ball travels forward.
Lamar Jackson holding that football to the absolute last millisecond. Word from Jeff Heiser.
After further review, there was an illegal forward pass thrown from the 27-yard line. By rule, that's a 5-yard penalty. Loss of down, second down.
That's a big penalty. You know, I'm praising Lamar for his feel of the game, and he gets too far downfield and shovels it forward. And so Louisville gets the penalty and the big part about that, Tom, is the loss of down. That's a big deal now. You get the penalty. Yeah, they lose the down.
The original line of scrimmage, Dave, was the 25, and we saw him pitch or toss that ball at about the 27 or 28-yard line.
Yeah,
thus the penalty.
Good job by the replay officials to buzz down and let them know they need to take another look at that.
So now it's 3rd and 8. Louisville is 2 for 5 on 3rd down in our game this afternoon for their own 22. They have to get to the 30-yard line. Jackson down the seam. That's complete for a first down to Des Fitzpatrick, and we go back to Charlotte.
Our Hardy's update takes us to Durham, where David Cutcliffe pulling out the bag of tricks.
In the red zone, tries a little trickery, but Emmett Rice, linebacker for Florida State, will have none of it. Intercepts the ball on the 14, stopping the Blue Devil drive.
At the half, Florida State on top of Duke, 7-3.
Blue Devils having a tough time taking care of the ball, Tom. We saw that last week.
Jalen Smith, Dave, with that reception up beyond the 40-yard line. Cameron Moore made the tackle for Boston College. Also Taj Amir Torres in there, 9 yards for Louisville. By the way, Dave, Florida State and Duke have played 19 times in their history. Florida State has won them all.
That's not a good stat if you're David Cutcliffe.
I think Coach Cutt is well aware of that situation. Trying to respond after the loss.
I'll tell you what,
against Virginia last week.
Yeah, BC making it hard up front on Louisville here. It's another play, and I think they're going to force 3rd and short. You're looking for stalemates and penetration up front of your defensive line, and that's exactly what you get. Excellent job by BC up front to force now 3rd and a long one and a conversion situation for Louisville.
Boston College is 12th in the conference in total D, but trying to turn back the Cardinals on 3rd and 1.
Well, let's see if they're willing to challenge Louisville or BC in the middle. Nobody in the middle of the field defensively.
Jackson to the right.
That's
out of bounds, and that is short of the marker. John Lamont on the pursuit for BC.
The freshman linebacker in the middle. Playing for the injured Connor Strahan is going to flow all the way down the line, avoids the block, and then tracks down maybe the most elusive player in college football. And Louisville has kept their offense on the field. This is where Coach Petrino a little bit frustrated in the fact that they can't seem to get going offensively. And now going to go for it, looks like, unless he's going to try to draw them off from their own 41-yard line.
They lost 1 on the previous play. It is 4th and 2. Just over 8.5 minutes to go in our second quarter. Right into the pile, Trey Smith. And it looks like the forward progress takes him close to the 45, and that is good enough for a first down for the Cards. Gutsy on 4th down.
Yeah, they lined up and challenged the middle of the BC defense. This is zone, kind of a dive option play. Trey Smith hit it up in there for a first down. I think that you're worried about the quarterback keeping it to the perimeter, and it froze those linebackers and allowed Louisville to get up that second level and create a crease.
Cards are now 2 for 2 on 4th down in our game. Jackson's pass right through the hands of Jalen Smith. Looks like Lucas Dennis was defending. The AP Top 25 is brought to you by Progressive Insurance, and it might change a little bit there at the top, Dave Archer.
Well, a team that's not in there that probably should be is Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech travels to South Florida to take on number 11 Miami. So that's another ACC team that's right on the verge of being in the top 25. But NC State, I think, is rated way too low. And Virginia Tech hanging in there at 15. Of course, Clemson will fall after their loss last night to Syracuse.
27-24 at the Carrier Dome. Nothing available as Lamar Jackson runs into a Boston College wall. No gain.
Now, BC's signature is their defense, and namely their front seven. And if you want to be specific, it's their front four. They are stout in the middle, and they're not allowing anything for Louisville to the inside, where Louisville's made some hay has been on the perimeter. And now they forced another 3rd and long. Lamar's been staring at 3rd and long all day long.
It's Will Harris, number 8 there, second leading tackler on this Boston College defense. Jackson takes off, bounces off some contact and spins close to the 50. Ty Schwab on the tackle at 5 yards for a running Lamar Jackson.
Now 4th down. Does Bobby Petrino go again, or is he going to punt the football?
Well, this one's 4th and 5. They are 2 for 2 on 4th down. Just converted one moments ago, but now Mason King, the punter, is running out of the field for Louisville and Bobby Petrino.
Now, Boston College is making it the kind of game they wanted it to be. This has been kind of a grind-it-out type game. And that's exactly what they've done. Make you convert on 3rd down. Put 3 downs together to move the chains. And it's frustrating Coach Petrino and Louisville.
Mason King, the sophomore from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Michael Walker lets it bounce, and it will go into the end zone. 51 yards on the punt with 6:31 to go. You are watching the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports. Our coverage of ACC football being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network. We welcome the men and women of the U.S. Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, and Marines stationed around the globe in 175 countries and on the high seas. So proud to have you with us. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast. AJ Dillon, the carry on 1st down for Boston College.
Well, Tommy talked about it. They had a nice drive going before the Anthony Brown interception. They need to just do what they do. They run the football, little play action, get the quarterback involved in the run game, move the chains, stay on the field on offense.
2nd and 8. Brown has to throw it away, and there is a flag thrown at the tail end of the play, Dave.
A good decision by Brown to get rid of the ball, but was there holding of a receiver down the field? See what we got.
Our referee is Jeff Heiser.
There is no foul for an eligible player downfield. 3rd down.
Talked to Jeff before the game, and one of the outstanding officials here in the ACC. Good job of sorting that out. I like this, how the crews get together, Tom. And when you're not sure about something, let's make sure you get it as close to right as you can. These guys do a nice job of that.
2 for 5 on 3rd down in the first half for Boston College. This is 3rd and 8 from their own 22.
Now, Brown's got to be careful with the ball down here. He's coming off of an interception. It's okay to punt the ball as well as their defense is playing.
Trayshawn Smith had that interception for Louisville. Helmet comes off of Brown, and he goes down to the turf. James Hearns coming in on Anthony Brown with a sack and a loss of 5.
Now 99 Hearns is going to come off of that left side. Just a whiff on that left side by Montero. And Brown is lucky his head's not in the helmet. Hearns decapitates him on the big hit on the backside. Nice defensive series there for Louisville. 3 and out.
3rd sack of the season for James Hearns. Mike Knoll is the Boston College punter. Russ Yeast is deep at his own 40-yard line for Louisville with 5:32 and counting in the 2nd quarter. Yeast on the hop. Spun backwards near the 35, and BC has it covered. 46 yards on the punt, a loss of 3 on the Yeast return. Michael Walker, special teams tackle. Home of the Louisville Cardinals, the Derby City, the Cards and the Eagles, and we'll be back after a word from your local ACC station. Lamar Jackson and the Cardinals with a 14-7 lead against Boston College. Just over 5 minutes to go in our second quarter. Teams played in early November last year in Chestnut Hill, a 52-7 win for the Louisville Cardinals, who have won 4 in a row in this series.
You know, Tom, I'm not sure why Lamar isn't being mentioned more in the Heisman Trophy. We talked a little bit about that off the top. He's got about 300 less yards rushing, about 200 yards more passing. I think this is a guy, he set the bar so high a year ago that when he hasn't quite been at that level for some reason.
Bonnafon breaks through. Reggie Bonnafon, separation, trying to accelerate to the end zone, and he goes the distance. Touchdown, Bonnafon.
Well, we talked to Bobby Petrino yesterday, and he talked about how Reggie Bonnafon is a guy that doesn't really have all the numbers behind his name, but he's explosive. Got to find a way to get him the ball, get him clean. Well, there's an example of what Bonnafon brings to the table. Great speed, found a crease to the middle in an area where they have not been able to penetrate the Boston College defense, and Reggie Bonnafon puts a touchdown on the board.
Third TD run of the season for Bonnafon.
Reggie Bonnafon's been a guy that's been taking care of Lamar Jackson. You know what he did? He just took care of the BC defense. Touchdown, Reggie Bonnafon.
Reggie Bonnafon with a 64-yard TD run. Longest of his career. As we head down to DJ for Gatorade, heard around the cooler.
As we just saw Reggie Bonnafon with a huge run there. I had a chance to talk to him earlier this week, and I said, what makes you so special? You can play every position. You've done it. He said, you know what? Playing in this intricate offense, playing receiver, playing running back, playing quarterback, it's helped me understand fronts. It's helped me understand coverages. It's helped me understand how teams try to attack our offense, and it's made me a smarter player. As we saw in that run, he got skinny, and he got a touchdown.
He got skinny. He definitely got skinny. And then he stepped on the accelerator there, Shock, with his ability to run. It's an indication of what he can bring to the table. Longest play for Louisville this year. When you talk about Reggie Bonnafon, I think the thing, you look at him on the field, Shock, but his influence over Lamar Jackson when Lamar took over really can't be quantified.
Yeah, it can't be. It's one of those things where when he came in, he said, you know what, I was the starting quarterback when Lamar first got here, so I kind of took him under my wing. I taught him how to be a quarterback, how to represent yourself on a team, and it's kind of taken off as we can see, and now they're both excelling.
Wow, 2 explosive guys in the same backfield for Louisville.
Bonnafon from Trinity High School right here in Louisville, Kentucky. He also has 88 yards rushing in the game. That is also a career high for Bonnafon. Boston College with the football. Brown passing complete off the fingertips of Travis Levy. We're headed to Charlotte and Katie with him.
Tom, let's head back out to Pittsburgh for our Hardee's update. Pat Narduzzi pulling some trickery out. They find the lineman Brian O'Neill. Look at him go, a 10-yard run. He did get in there after review. It was on the 1-yard line. That set up a score. Tie ball game right now, NC State and Pitt.
Come on, Brian O'Neill, he's part of their offensive weaponry. That's not we've seen it twice. Come on, we saw it twice last year. So Brian O'Neill should just be listed on the depth chart as a skill guy. But big moment here now. I think it's just kind of a momentum moment for BC. Need to convert here on 3rd down. Stay on the field. Louisville just got a big play. Got to find a way to regain your footing here in the game. Big moment for the young quarterback.
Louisville had to take McNeil to the locker room. We'll have a report on that in a moment. Boston College on 3rd down. Knocked away. Jeff Smith had a chance. Chucky Williams made sure he didn't.
Tom, you got to high point the ball right here. This is a throw that's a little bit underthrown. Smith has got to attack the ball. Watch him wait for it. He waits for it to come to him. It allows the defender to come in and swat it down. At that point, you got to put your foot in the ground and go vertical and go catch the ball. Make a play for your quarterback. Excellent read by Brown. A little bit underthrown, and Smith didn't help him out. He got to go attack the football.
Knoll to punt for BC. 4:23 to go in the second quarter. Yeast, a late signal for the fair catch at the 24-yard line. 53 yards on the punt. 4.6 seconds of hang time. And the fair catch made by Yeast.
Now let's take a look at Lamar Jackson after 6 games comparing last year to this year. There's his total offense. See, he's under at about, 130 yards or so. Rushing, he's down, certainly from a rushing touchdown standpoint. Passing, he's up. He's actually thrown for almost 200 yards more passing. I think he's a much more accomplished pocket passer. He's not willing to take off as much. I think he realizes he can make some plays down the field. Now remember, he doesn't have the receiver core he had last year. Okay, if he had that receiver core this year, his numbers may be way up passing. You got young guys that are learning on the job.
Jackson wants to throw into BC territory. Incomplete to Jalen Smith. Couple of defenders back there for the Eagles.
And this is one of the guys he had last year. And Jalen Smith, back from injury, willing to tee him up one-on-one down the middle. It's an excellent throw. Big receiver at 6'4", and an excellent job in the back end to knock the football out defensively by Cameron Moore. That's a defensive back right there in Moore that's played at a high level all season long. He's a guy that might play at the next level, but just don't think that there's enough plays being made around Lamar this year to free him up.
Fitzpatrick up past the 30-yard line, and the clock will continue to roll. Let's check in with DJ. Injury update.
Fellas, number 72, that right guard for Louisville, Lucas McNeil, just went into the back. Say he's having some back issues, and now we see number 66, Cole Bentley, taking his place. Lucas missed the last drive, so I'll check to see if he will be back in the second half.
Now, Bentley, a freshman, has not played very much, just 1 game this year.
Louisville going for it here on 3rd and 2, and they may have come up a little bit short. They needed to get to the 35-yard line.
This is a good defensive front. You insert a freshman that has 1 game of experience at right guard. For 66, the new right guard. So that's and it's Louisville. I think Louisville's going to work the clock here a little bit, Tom. Maybe burn a timeout. They'll punt the football here.
It's 4th and 2. They have not been bashful about going for it on 4th down.
They're going to run the clock. Your defense is playing pretty good, Tom. I don't think you risk giving BC an opportunity to get some momentum at the end of the half. Remember, BC gets the ball to start the second half. Don't want to give them a short field opportunity. I think you run the clock down and you punt the ball.
Lamar Jackson on the day so far, 6 of 12, 130 yards and 1 TD. Let's get the word on what's coming up at halftime from Katie in Charlotte.
Hey, Tom, thank you so much. Coming up the half, we're going to take a look all around the ACC. And Stan, we've got some good games in action right now.
We do. To our surprise, Ben DiNucci from Pitt outplaying the Ryan Finley I bragged about in the pregame.
Wow, yeah. Coach, you've had your eyes on that Florida State-Duke game.
Florida State, James Blackman, the freshman quarterback, 10 of 12, 98 yards, but he's gotten some help from the Florida State running game, 114 yards rushing first half.
And we're going to get a look at, from their perspective, on this game. Make sure to keep it right here for the Hardee's halftime report. Guys, back to you.
Katie, thank you. We look forward to that. The comments from the coach and Stan. Duke Energy presents a look at the ACC standings with the Tigers from Clemson suffering their first loss last night.
Yeah, who's that team in the 2nd spot, or the 3rd spot right here? That little, who's that, Syracuse? Nice job. And you look at the coast, of course, big game between the top 2 teams right there in Georgia Tech and Miami. Later on this afternoon, Virginia travels to North Carolina for their matchup. So a lot going on still in the coastal to be figured out.
Walker has to go back for it. Walker to the 30. Walker 45 in midfield. And back into Louisville territory, Michael Walker on the return. 52-yard punt. The return is 33 yards for Michael Walker.
Tom, so often when you see this juggle the ball, you kind of relax as a coverage guy because the ball's on the ground. You don't continue to run. And in that situation, you lose kind of contain. And we talked about Walker coming in, averaging, 17 yards a return coming in. This is a guy that can make some plays back there, and he gives a short field opportunity for BC. Ideal situation, Tom. 2:38 left. You get the ball to start the second half. You want to eat clock, put points on the board right here.
Boston College with the full complement of timeouts. With 2:37 and counting to go. This is Brown. It's Jeff Smith now. He lets it go. And there were very few white shirts in the vicinity.
Yeah, a little surprised they went to that, Tom. Jeff Smith threw a touchdown pass last week against Virginia Tech. And usually when you see that as a defense you practice, not going to give one of those up. That's something they saw all week long, the gadget play.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5 men in the backfield. Penalties decline. Second down.
Well, you can't self-destruct right here if you're BC with this short field opportunity. So now you're going to get the penalty. They'll probably decline the penalty and take second down, I would think. Down marker still says first down. You change that down marker to second down.
You mentioned that TD pass by Jeff Smith, Dave. It was to Anthony Brown in the losing effort last week against Virginia Tech. 23-10 at home for BC. Incomplete pass, looking for Hilleman.
Yeah, this is just a poorly run operation here in midfield. This is a great opportunity for BC. You know, Hilleman in the back. We haven't heard much from Hilleman. A little bit more from Dillon in the run game. Now you're 3rd and 10 and a golden opportunity.
2 for 7 for the Eagles on 3rd down. From the 48 of Louisville.
Louisville showing a little bit of pressure. Got some people up in the A-gap. Ball out.
Pressure from the edges. Brown got away, Dave. Brown makes a cut at the 40. He's got the first down or more. Anthony Brown to the 20. Look at Anthony Brown inside the 20. What a run.
Louisville ends up coming with a 5-man pressure, Tom, and the young quarterback shows his athleticism. Gets to the outside. Beautiful move there to get the first down, and now he's going to make it a chunk play. Big yardage for the young quarterback, and he pushes it inside the 20-yard line.
30 yards on that play for Anthony Brown.
Scott Leffler, the offensive coordinator, didn't call that. He just got an athletic quarterback that made a play for him.
Great recognition of the pressure coming from both sides for Anthony Brown. AJ Dillon, short gain of 3.
But now the idea here is, after the huge play by Brown, as you're inside the red zone, obviously you'd like to score a touchdown here. But you'd also like to milk the clock a little bit, which they're doing. They're doing a nice job. But you can do that from the sideline by getting the play in a little bit later. Brown understands. Get some late substitutions by Louisville, but Brown understands what they're trying to do here, trying to milk the clock.
15 of 17 in the red zone this season for BC. This is Dillon. First trip inside the red zone in the game for Boston College, and AJ Dillon, the freshman from New London, Connecticut, forcing ahead for 5 yards. Boston College is taking a timeout.
Well, what a play by Anthony Brown to get out of the pocket there on 3rd and long. You know, sometimes you just got to depend on the athleticism of a player. We see Lamar Jackson do it all the time, and Anthony Brown trying to make a name for himself. He's made a couple of big plays. Now, when you look at what BC's had some success with, it's moving the quarterback. I would make a point now. You're going to see blitz. This is what you got to sort out if you're BC and you're Scott Leffler. Am I going to see pressure here? If I'm going to see pressure, you'd probably rather have the quarterback stand and throw it to somebody that gets man coverage. If you don't think they're going to see blitz, I would move the quarterback out of the pocket with a run-pass option to give him an opportunity to run for the first down. He learned his lesson last time he was down here. Let's see if there's pressure off the edge from Louisville. That's where they like to come with it.
3rd and 2.
Showing pressure off the edge.
Dillon. First down, Boston College. 1st and goal from the 7.
And leaned on that big offensive line to come off and provide the opportunity. Now, a ton of time here. No panic. No reason to panic. Over a minute left. We got a couple of timeouts.
BC moving quickly. Back to the ground. Dillon near the goal line. Just short.
Again, no reason to panic, but Coach Dazio going to come in and burn a timeout. There's a pile. A lot of times when you see guys piled on top of each other, to get that unpiled, you lose a lot of time. Coach Dazio decides to burn a timeout there.
So Anthony Brown had the key run on this drive so far. 30 yards. The scamper for Brown to take it into the red zone, and now AJ Dillon has been called upon, number 2, the freshman for Boston College, and they're right there at the 1-foot line.
Yeah,
Tremendous response, Dave, to the Bonnafon run.
Yeah, and it was Brown. Brown needed to play. I talked about the young quarterback needed to step up. How can he change the tempo of the game? Well, he did it. He made a play physically himself. I don't think you do anything other than hand it to the 240-pound running back. I think you turn around, hand the ball to Dillon, and let him pound it behind his big offensive line. Remember, still one more timeout in Coach Dazio's offense, or in his pocket.
Dillon has a couple of rushing touchdowns this season for BC. 8th play of the drive. 54 seconds to go in the second quarter. From the 1-foot line, 2nd and goal, Boston College. They'll give it to Dillon, left side, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, Tom, since the Brown run that put it to the 18-yard line, this has been a man's drive. Give it to the big back behind the big offensive line, and we're going to hit you in the mouth. This is a big-time run and a big-time final 18 yards that Boston College has put together. But the big fellas love that. Feed the beast. And that's that big back behind the big offensive line.
Lichtenberg with the extra point. Boston College makes it 21-14, an 8-play drive, and it was keyed by that 30-yard scramble run by Anthony Brown. But Dave, I think it was the recognition. He saw the pressure coming from both sides and spun out of that pocket.
Yeah, and he used his athletic ability, Tom. And we looking at the tape, haven't seen enough. And Shock, when you look at Brown, kind of like he's growing up here in front of our eyes and making some plays. We talked about earlier how he'd settled into the game. He certainly looks comfortable right now.
Yeah, Archer, spot on with that. And when I talked to him earlier this week, that's what he talked about is he's played in some big games. He's used to this environment. It won't be too big for him. And now things are starting to slow down a little bit for him. And that pressure, feeling it from his backside. And then most guys, you expect him to run out of bounds. And I thought the defender thought he was going to run out of bounds as well. And did a good job of holding on to it and making the play for his team. And I think his team believes in him right now.
Now the rope is in the hands of the defense for BC, and can Louisville get something going here on offense with less than a minute to go?
Dave, don't forget on that previous drive, Michael Walker with the 47-yard punt return to set Boston College up at the Louisville 48, and they take it the distance for the score.
Now this is certainly a situation, knowing you're not going to touch the ball to start the second half. If you're Louisville, you're going to try to get after it. It's a green light situation. We talked about the edge guys. Landry and Allen, combined tackles for loss coming in, but today they have not had that. And I'm not so sure that that's not a bad thing. What they've done is they've kept Lamar Jackson from making plays, meaning they're kind of mush rushing, slow rushing him and keeping him in the pocket.
That is our Haviland defensive shield. Jackson with the time from a sturdy pocket. On the money and caught. Jalen Smith made the catch. 46-yard line, 29 yards on the connection. Jackson to Jalen Smith.
Because they're slow rushing Lamar and trying to keep him in the pocket, he's a guy that can throw it now. His numbers show that. He's like 5th in the country in yards passing, total yards coming in.
Jackson, complete. Jalen Smith again, and a first down Louisville.
Louisville has has 2 timeouts left as well.
They got 15 yards on that pass play on the previous down. First and 10 from the 31. Jackson, the pump, throwing on the run and making sure nobody can get to that one. In fact, it's about 3 rows deep in the seats.
Well, that's one where if Lamar takes off there, now he's trying to conserve time, so he threw the ball away to keep the time. If he takes off running, with his ability, he might have scored on that play, even though they're on the 30-yard line. But again, that's his training as a passer. We talked about that, how he's become much more conscious of getting the ball out and saving time.
21 seconds and a couple of timeouts to work with for Lamar Jackson. Almost tripped up in the pocket. Flag is out. Jackson finally taken down as Landry had him around the ankles. Zach Allen, though, was the player, Dave, for BC, who is shaken up.
Yeah, he was the guy tackled on the play by the right tackle.
And the penalty against the Cardinals. That is number 2, Zach Allen, the junior for Boston College.
He was tackled on the play. We talked about how good these two edge players have been, and how much Lamar's been kind of kept inside and standing in the pocket, reaching up, grabbing that right shoulder. Take a look at it. Your right side of your screen.
Number 74, 10-yard penalty, second down.
This was kind of drugged down. Actually they had him rushing in the middle. Now see how they're slow rushing Lamar. They're trying to keep Lamar in the pocket. See, that's Landry, the guy that led the nation in sacks a year ago, and ultimately did get a sack there, but they're trying to kind of keep him hemmed in. And what they'll do is they'll rotate Allen to the inside and kind of, Tom, create a NASCAR package, what they call their speed package, where Landry's coming off one edge. They've got Wyatt that comes in off the other edge, and then they put Allen in the middle. So you got these accomplished rushers coming at Lamar Jackson.
Dave, there was a holding penalty on the play against the Cardinals that pushes the football back to the 41-yard line. And also, Dave, on that previous play, with Lamar Jackson dancing around, they burned 10 seconds. So right now on the clock, just 11 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, and I talked about how he didn't do that on the previous play, where he probably could have run for 25 yards. He threw the ball away. This time he decides to try to hold on to it. Now, the thought process in the huddle right now with Coach Petrino is, okay, we want to get a field goal out of this. You're right on that. You're outside of that right now. You need probably about 10 yards to put yourself where you feel comfortable about taking a kick. So Lamar Jackson has a timeout, so the entire field's available. Doesn't have to throw the ball to the sideline. Look for something inside breaking, a slant, something like that. Get the ball out of Lamar's hands quickly, get about 10 yards, and then burn the timeout and allow their field goal kicker to come on. He has not missed. He's 4 for 4 on the year. Is creaky. His long is 48. Last year he was 16 of 19, so he's a guy that they depend on. Just haven't been giving him a lot of opportunities this year.
That 48-yarder was at NC State.
Yeah, nobody covering the slot to the top of the screen. Now they're going to rotate a defender down.
Jackson. Incomplete.
Yeah, surprising decision there. Not taking a short throw to give yourself an opportunity for 3. Now there's no time to run a play and burn a timeout. Let's take a look. Inside breaking route. Yeah, everything, it's 4 verticals, and a little surprised at that. Now it's going to be a jump ball, and what BC's got to do is defend the jump ball scenario here.
Lamar Jackson, Dave, now 9 of 17, 182 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, the thought process here is high point the ball and bat it down. Do not bat the ball in the air if you're BC here.
3rd and 20. Jackson's pass, incomplete. Looking for Fitzpatrick, and that should be the final play of the half, and it is. So 21-14, Cards going to the locker room with the lead. Boston College scoring a late 7 points on its previous drive to cut that deficit to just 7. So let's go down and check in with DJ Shockley.
Coach, you knew coming to this game BC would be tough defensively. You got over 300 total yards. What do you want to see more out of your offense in the second half?
Yeah, we got to be more consistent on first down. Every time we get good yards on first down, we're able to convert thirds and move the ball. When we have negative yards on first down, then we end up stalling on drives. And then protect the quarterback on third down.
I know you weren't happy with the last drive by your defense, but what's the message to your defense coming out of halftime?
We're going to have to stop the run. They're right back in the game, and we got to stop the run and look for the deep play action. Make sure the quarterback doesn't scramble.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Big first half, Boston College. Valiant start. Louisville up 7. Katie, back to you guys in the studio.
They certainly believe they belong here, and they got an opportunity to start the second half of the football.
This will be Walker. Steps to it at the 8-yard line. Walker to the 25. And out past the 30 to the 32-yard line. The return of 24 yards for Michael Walker. Chucky Williams, special teams tackle for the Louisville Cardinals.
You look at Anthony Brown and how he played in the first half. The numbers don't really dazzle. Just 4 of 13 throwing the football, but it's the plays he's made. That one right there, physical, run with the ball. This was his mistake in the first half. In close, throws the ball up. got a little lesson from Coach Adazio, but then he made this huge play, 30-yard run at the end of the first half to set up a Dillon touchdown run, and they're right back in the football game.
This is Dillon. 37-yard line, 5 yards on the carry from AJ Dillon. Trayshawn Smith, who made that interception of Brown, made the tackle on the previous play.
Yeah, and you look at the numbers, Brown is affecting the game both rushing and throwing the ball. And this Dillon kid now, you better get a hat on him. There's 2 runs for a first down. BC doing what they want to do, Tom.
6 yards for A.J. Dillon. D. Smith the tackle, but not before Dillon moves those chains for Boston College, and a fresh set of downs.
Coach Petrino told DJ Shockley going in at halftime, we got to find a way to get the run stopped. That's not an indication they figured it out the first 2 carries.
Brown has got an open man. Tommy Sweeney. And Sweeney has a BC first down at the 46-yard line. Dorian Etheridge the tackle.
What I love about this is how quick the decision is. Snaps his head around, boom, ball comes out. Immediately got the football to Sweeney so he can get up the field for a good gain and a first down.
11 yards on the play from Sweeney. Now Dillon right up the middle, tough to bring down. It's another Boston College first down at the 35-yard line. Chucky Williams makes the tackle. Consecutive plays of 11 yards for the Eagles.
And BC's turned this into a big boy game. They're coming downhill with the big back right at Louisville.
Dillon trying to bounce it outside, inside the 30-yard line. 6 yards. Easton Etheridge combining on the stop of Dillon.
Just want to create an opportunity for the big back to find some room. He'll check out, and John Hillman will check in. Nice job by Dillon to set the tone in the run game.
2nd and 4 for the Eagles.
Pressure coming right here.
5 receivers for Brown. Throw it quickly, deflected. Trayvon Young, number 91, able to deflect that attempted pass from Brown.
And good recognition by Louisville up front. They realize quick passing games, so you're not going to get there, Tom. Get the hands in the air. Elevate the hands. Young gets his hands up, bats the ball down.
4 of 9 on 3rd down for Boston College.
Still like the quarterback on the move. Let's see if Louisville heats him up with any pressure.
Hilliman gets by 1 man inside the 25. Hilliman, he's got the first down for Boston College as he batters his way.
Tom, when you line up on 3rd and 5 and run it straight ahead with just the straight dive play, you are handling the line of scrimmage. BC winning up front.
Brown to his right, on the move to the end zone. Incomplete. Thad Smith couldn't get to it.
Oh my goodness, had an opportunity. When you get the run game going, eyes start to peek in the backfield, and they're not paying attention to what they're supposed to. Corner gets lost, wide open. Thad Smith right here and just lost his footing. Ball a little bit too long. That's one that's hard when you get a guy wide open. Just throw it right to him.
Dillon. 2 yards on the carry. Anthony Brown is misfired on 7 of his last 8 pass attempts.
Now see, you're peeking in the backfield right here. See, they're peeking in the backfield, get lost on the receiver. The run game became so effective that now all 11 guys are looking in the backfield at the run game, and he had an open shot there, wide open. You see it, Coach Adazio kind of shaking his head. What a golden opportunity for an easy touchdown.
3rd and 9 for the Eagles from the 23 of Louisville.
Now showing pressure to the right side. Brown changes the protection potentially to the side to pick up the pressure coming off the right.
Brown trying to get away from pressure, through the football, incomplete.
Well, and he didn't need to go anywhere, Tom. That's just a young quarterback that panicked a little bit. Boy, he gets it picked up. He switched the formation or the protection to protect him. No reason to go anywhere. There's nobody there. And then gets drugged to the ground. And that was kind of in that collar of the, although it wasn't in behind, it was in the front collar, but it looks like Brown injured after that play.
So this attempt from Colton Lichtenberg from 40 yards away on BC's first possession of the second half, and they come up empty.
Boy, he's only made one of his last 6 kicks, Tom. So BC gets the ball, gets a great drive, but ends with nothing. We'll see Lamar Jackson next.
They're going to add 10,000 seats beyond that end zone to our left, and you can see those large structures ready to support those seats and giant video boards above the seats as well.
Yeah, it's a premier program Coach Petrino's built here at Louisville, and going to refurbish the stadium. Going to be looking nice.
Jackson got away and then got rid of it. Let's go down to DJ.
Fellas, we saw Anthony Brown walk off gingerly after that particular injury. As I observed him on the sideline, they were massaging his right shoulder. He was agonizing in pain, and they eventually took him in to the locker room. And now I've watched Darius Wade, their backup, the lefty, get warmed up. And Arch, we saw him doing warm-ups, and he's a guy who can sling it around.
He can spin it. Former starter, broke his leg a couple years ago in the Notre Dame game, and no opportunity.
Wade has only attempted 15 passes this season. Travion Samuel can't hang on.
Yes, this is part of the problem for Lamar Jackson a little bit. He's got a bunch of young players, and I think they're solid players, but they're just not making enough plays around him. And so much has fallen on Lamar's shoulders. Last year had an outstanding receiver core, made a lot of plays around him, good running game. This year he's having to probably make too many plays on his own. That may be why his numbers are a little bit down, but still a tremendous player.
1st and 10 line presented by Cookout, serving fresh char-grilled hamburgers and 40 fancy milkshakes. 3 of 10 on 3rd down of the game. 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals. And they're going to get a lot less than 10 on the carry by Lamar Jackson. Appeared to be a very conservative attempt on 3rd down.
Well, you think that, but it's Lamar Jackson carrying the ball. In the first drive of the game where they went down and scored a touchdown on that opening drive, Lamar made a 1st down on a very similar call. So running the ball, yes, conservative on 3rd down, but giving him the ball on 3rd down, maybe a little bit different thought.
Giving him the ball on any down. There's always the chance for that explosive play.
Now here might be one of the most dangerous guys in the building, Michael Walker, averaging 19 yards return on 3 punt returns today.
Well, Michael Walker had that 47-yard return for BC to set up great field position when they scored right before the half. Flag is out. Walker return past the 45. Penalty marker on the field. 45-yard punt. 12 yards on the return.
First penalty on BC coming up right here, Tom, I think. One of the least penalized teams in the country.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 24, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
We talked about containing Lamar Jackson, and how do you do that? Well, you got to make sure you string him out when he tries to take off. Don't give him any lanes to run in, and BC has done a really good job of that. They've pushed him to the sideline when he's decided to skate out, and no creases to the middle for the dynamic Heisman Trophy winner.
Here's our Cookout Fast Fact. It involves Lamar Jackson.
Just 29 yards on his other 12 runs. You take away the touchdown run of 20 yards. Very nice job. This guy is who, right now, Louisville's had a tough time with, is the big back, AJ Dillon.
Darius Wade is the new quarterback for Boston College. DJ told you that they had to take Anthony Brown to the locker room. The numbers so far this season for Wade. Just a handoff this time to Dillon.
Continue with the big back. That's going to be a 1st down, I think, for Boston College. So 2 runs and a 1st down. Darius Wade is a graduate student. He's a kid that came in, had a lot of high promise. Was injured in 2015. Started the first 3 games, but broke his leg in the Notre Dame game. And as you can imagine, a leg injury, did not recover as quickly as he would have liked the next year. Through just 19 passes in 2016 in 9 games. But here he is on in relief.
Jeff Smith is taken down for a loss on the play. Loss of 7. Jonathan Grenard on the tackle, Louisville.
All right, so now you're 2nd and long. Now Wade's got to be careful with the ball. He's not been in the game. He's standing on the sideline, of course. Let's see where Scott Leffler goes, Tom, with the play call here. Maybe a screen You got Levy in the game at running back. Pretty good pass catching back.
2nd and 17 after the loss on first down. Darius Wade, left-hander, complete 40-yard line and more. Chris Garrison, number 81, out past the 45-yard line as we go to Charlotte and Katie.
Our Hardee's update takes us to Pittsburgh.
NC State's Ryan Finley, play action pass in the red zone, finds Jacoby Myers, 3-yard touchdown for the Wolfpack.
Duke hosting Florida State. Here comes Cam Akers.
There's the highly touted 5-star from Mississippi getting it done, putting it in the end zone for the Florida State Noles.
Florida State up 17-10 in the 4th.
AJ Dillon on that previous carry, and that's bringing up 4th down for BC as Anthony Brown returns to the field.
Well, nice job by Louisville to swell up against the run game, and they're going to keep the big back and this big offensive line up. The back's going to check out. They're going to keep their offense on the field here. Maybe try to draw Louisville offside.
BC now 4th and 1. First time in the game they've gone for it. Wade, pass complete into Louisville territory. Hilleman making the catch, and he signals for the first down. Boston College.
Tom, how key is it if you're Scott Loeffler and you can go to a veteran quarterback on the sideline and hasn't played? 4th down right here. Wade comes to his left, makes the throw to Hilleman, an accurate throw, gets Hilleman up the field for the first down. I think it's a nice play. Both the call by Scott Loeffler and Wade.
14 yards on that catch by Hilleman. Gets the call for the run, bounces off of the first man, and then goes out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Trayshawn Smith, Jonathan Bernard on the tackle. 4 yards for Hilleman.
Well, one thing you're going to have to do now, if you're Louisville, you better wrap these big backs up. Hilleman goes 225, Dillon goes 240. Better put your arms around him.
Wade, complete. Tommy Sweeney. Sweeney put the brakes on, dives down to the 26. He got 8 yards.
Another bootleg play, quarterback on the move, run pass option. Sweeney's done this a couple of times now, caught the ball, turned back to the inside. BC playing with a ton of confidence right now on offense.
1st and 10 Eagles. Dillon inside the 20.
Hey, how about the nifty move, Tom, in the middle? There's Brown trying to loosen up on the sideline, but Darius Wade's got this team moving. AJ Dillon through the middle. So watch the youngster continue to loosen and test that right shoulder.
AJ Dillon, 18 carries for 80 yards. He's got it again. Let's check in with DJ.
When we watched film on this Boston College offensive line yesterday, we didn't see much movement up front when they played some other teams like Clemson. But today their offensive line is firing off the ball. We're talking about the big backs of Dillon being able to run. But give credit to the big boys up front for really firing off the ball, creating those lanes.
Yeah, and Shock gets a lot of downhill run game. It's not pulling anybody out, which is, I think, their forte. Ball out. I think the ball popped out. The big guy, Dillon, was able to get back on it, Tom.
Looks like it's going to be a first down for BC, Dave.
Sweeney, the tight end, comes up with a football. See, ball out, big time hit in the middle by Stewart. Ball on the ground, and Sweeney comes up with a recovery. Boy, lucky break there.
They got a first down in the process as well. Wade on a play action, has a man. Complete. And Boston College with Ray Martin this time.
How about these tight ends making people miss out in space? We've seen Sweeney make some people miss, and now Martin with a little spin move.
BC moving quickly, up tempo. Hilleman dropped at the 3, but that is enough for 1st and goal, Boston College.
Looking to tie the football game.
1st and goal, Eagles to the goal line, and a touchdown. AJ Dillon takes it in for Boston College.
Tom, this is a Louisville defense that was giving up only 112 yards a game on the ground, 3.2 yards a carry, and they're just being pushed around by this BC offense.
A 3-yard TD run for AJ Dillon. It is his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. The extra point ties us at 21. BC marches it down the field.
BC has tied this football game. They've given it to their sledgehammer. It's a BC tie the game, 21-21.
Darius Wade under center. Give to Dillon, straight ahead. Dillon, end zone, touchdown, Boston College. He's the Eagle in the end zone. How do you like that? 3 yards out is that power.
John Meade-Burrell on the BC IMG radio network as Dillon takes it in for his second rushing touchdown of the game, his 4th of the season.
Well, we've talked about grinding the football, and that's exactly what they did with their big back. Nice job by Darius Wade in that drive.
Samuel to the 19 on the return. 18 yards on the return by Trevion Samuel.
Well, this drive, 14 plays, 72 yards, ate up over 5 minutes off the clock, and it was a classic. Run the football, move the chains, make good decisions with the ball through the quarterback. Excellent drive by BC, and boy, that's something you can hang your hat on. Drove the length of the field against Louisville. And now Louisville, who's been reeling a little bit offensively, trying to find something that works. No explosive plays. They need to get to doing some of the same stuff. Move the chains. They have not been able to do that.
Darius Wade came into the game on that previous drive for BC and went 4 for 4, 47 yards. Reggie Bonnafon for 4 yards. Ty Schwab on the tackle.
Good solid run there on first down. Coach Petrino talked to DJ Shockley right as he went in at the half. We need to be better on first down. He says when we're better first down, we have a chance when we've moved the football. That's a good first down play, 4 yards.
False start. Offense, number 83. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Well, that erases the first down play. Now you're back to second and long. Just out of sync.
Coach Petrino in his 8th year. Second most wins in school history with 71. Steve Adazio across the way. Taking his team to a bowl game 3 of the last 4 seasons. That pass out to his left by Jackson is incomplete. Looking for Bonnafon.
Had Bonnafon one-on-one with the linebacker. Had he been able to complete that, and now here you are at 3rd and 11. We're really struggling on offense.
Sorry, Dave. I'm very excited about next week as well. Pittsburgh and Duke. That's our game on the ACC network. Game of the week presented by Mellow Mushroom. The Panthers and the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Duke locked in a tussle right now with Florida State.
Jackson with the time. Airs it out. Looking for Des Fitzpatrick. Incomplete.
Again, an opportunity for the young receiver to slow down.
And now Boston College, this sideline is excited. These guys are jumping around. They're talking to each other. They're communicating. Big moment in the ball game right now for BC and Louisville.
Walker will stay away from this one. It's going to bounce out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
A good idea to kick the ball away from Walker. He's been dynamic today returning kicks.
7 incompletes in a row from Lamar Jackson. The Thinker statue on the University of Louisville campus. And we'll be back after a word from your local ACC station. Darius Wade will remain in the game for Boston College. 4 for 4 in the previous drive, which resulted in a Dillon touchdown. He's got the football now. Second level Dillon into Louisville territory. The hesitation and down close to the 30-yard line. He picked up 34.
Dillon over 100 yards now on the game. And boy, the crowd here at Papa John's responding with some boos. What a run by the young back, the freshman.
121 yards rushing for Dillon. Good shorter gain on this carry.
Shorter gain, but he's running through people. That's 5 yards on first down for Dillon. Boy, what a performance. The physicality of the front 5 of this offensive line. Throw the tight ends in there. Both tight ends as well. 7 guys coming off the ball.
Dave, AJ Dillon has 23 carries. Wade, pass complete. Tommy Sweeney to the 15. Sweeney inside the 10 and down
simple offensive system right now that Scott Leffler's running. Run the football with the stretch in the zone game and bootleg off of it. The backside end is crashing to prevent cutback in the run game. The tight ends are leaking out into flat. And for whatever reason, Louisville doesn't want to play man coverage because they want a lot of eyes looking at the run game. So that is a zone throw out the backside, wide open.
15 yards on the last play. This is Hilliman driving towards the goal line. Hilliman's in! John Hilliman, touchdown, Boston College Eagles.
These two big backs for Boston College are getting in behind this gigantic offensive line and just coming straight at Louisville. And boy, it's going to be imperative for Louisville's offense to stay on the field. This defense is gashed.
A 6-yard touchdown run from John Hilliman, his third of the season. Extra point, 28-21 Eagles.
Just straight ahead, trap the backside guy with the tight end. And just find a crease in there, and all really Hilliman did, it just falls in there. And watch the push. Get the push from the big fellas from behind. There it is. That's pure muscle right there. That's what Boston College is flexing, is their muscle between the tackles, running the football. And they are challenging Louisville.
How about 208 yards in total rushing for BC? We're going back to Charlotte.
Thanks, Tom. Our Hardee's update takes us back to Pittsburgh, where Jalen Samuels gets in there on a 1-yard run. That is his 40th career touchdown, the third most in ACC history. NC State on top, 28-14.
Jay Sam, all he does is score touchdowns, right? 40 career touchdowns. Heard Katie tell you, what a number. He's had an amazing career at NC State.
How about 21 unanswered points by Boston College, most recently from John Hilliman, taking it in from 6 yards out. Again, Boston College, 208 yards rushing as a team, and there will not be a return. Fans, your local Toyota dealers want to take you to the 2017 Dr. Pepper ACC Football Championship game. Visit the ACC.com/Toyota tickets to enter for 2 tickets and a pregame photo on the field at Bank of America Stadium.
Well, the onus falls on the Heisman Trophy winner now, and those around him, they have to catch the football, make some plays. Louisville 3 punts, Boston College 3 touchdowns. How about that? Now, imperative for this Louisville offense to, like I said before, move the chains.
Jackson up to the 40. Ty Schwab on the tackle, 15 yards and a first down. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson on the perimeter is something we have not seen very much. That time they make that happen with the option play. He decides to keep it. I think this game is going to start to fall more in Lamar's hands now with him creating in the run game.
Louisville from its own 40. Reggie Bonnafon. 2 yards for Bonnafon, who does have a 64-yard TD run to his credit. That came back in the second quarter.
More design runs for Lamar Jackson, even though they'd like to try to minimize that, and they have this year some. To get this game back to where they want it, that means Louisville ahead. It's got to fall on the Heisman Trophy winner to make some plays with his legs.
Louisville led this game at halftime, 21-14. At one point in the first half, led 21-7. And Jackson just has to throw it away as he hits the turf, trying to find Mickey Crum.
Look how they kind of stay perimeter oriented, try to flush him back to the inside. That's number 7 is Harold Landry, one of the best pass rushers in the country. He just kind of slow rushing, keeping Lamar in the pocket, trying to prevent him from skating out. And eventually the numbers get to Lamar Jackson. He has to throw the ball away.
Boston College playing some inspired defense, especially here in the third quarter. Lamar Jackson is 0 for his last 8 through the air. Louisville just 3 of 12 on third down. Jackson's pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Boston College. It's Wyatt Ray, number 11, the pick for BC.
And Wyatt's lined up inside. He steps out, and they throw the ball right to him. Lamar Jackson did not account for him. He steps right back into the passing lane and picks it off. At pre-snap, he's lined up in the line. You see number 11 right here? He drops out. As a quarterback, when you see the line, you don't account for guys that drop out of the line. They're out of your vision. He dropped right back into the throwing lane. Lamar Jackson never saw him, and what a play BC comes up with defensively.
24 yards on the return by Wyatt Ray, his first interception of the season for the junior from Boca Raton, Florida. Boston College with Dillon, right side. And he will drag some red shirts with him inside the 15. He got 9 on that carry.
And the worst thing that could happen to the Louisville defense is they're back on the field. A quick turnover by their offense. And here comes BC again, right downhill.
Dillon hits the roadblock for no gain.
Nice play at the point of attack that time by Louisville to stop the push. This game had been played for the last 10, 12 minutes or so, counting the end of the first half, on Louisville's side of the line of scrimmage. That time penetration snuffed out the run game. The thing that stops a big back, Tom, is when you can stop his feet. Most big backs can't restart quick enough. People rally, make the tackle.
5 of 12 on third down for the Eagles, 3rd and 2. Wade complete to the 12. And this is going to be really close. Boston College has enough. John Hilleman on the grab.
Just a bootleg play, get Hilleman the football, and a first down.
Will BC be able to snap it? They won't. It'll be the last play of the quarter, dominated by the Boston College Eagles, leading 28-21.
It's an ACC Saturday here in Louisville, and right now, Boston College has brought the sledgehammer, and they're trying to hit Louisville right in the mouth.
I got a mortgage offer from the bank today.
What? You never just get one offer. Go to LendingTree.com and shop multiple loan offers for free.
Free?
Yeah, could save thousands. You should probably buy me dinner.
No.
Go to LendingTree.com for a new home loan or refinance. Receive up to 5 free offers and choose the loan that's right for you. Our average customer could lower their monthly bills by over $300. Go to LendingTree.com right now.
Tailgating is a song heard across campuses, parking lots, and open fields. They say this song can be heard elsewhere, and perhaps this is true, but it is nowhere near as bright, nowhere near as loud, nowhere near as triumphant as it is right here. Tailgating may not have been born here, but here is where tailgaters are born.
Cars fly. I love turning old stuff into something amazing. I want to plant a garden for the whole world.
We grow up, but we never stop dreaming. Here at Coke, we challenge ourselves and the status quo to produce innovations like renewable fuel, more energy-efficient vehicles, and food for all. Because what drives us most is challenge itself.
I got a curb violation. B13 in pursuit.
Honey, hurry.
Oh, pardon me, ma'am. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me, sir. Sir.
It's a lift gate.
Pardon me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Nice work.
The 2017 Toyota RAV4. Lease a new 2017 RAV4 XLE for just $209 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
Nissan Rogue with available automatic emergency braking that could help stop for you. And motion-activated liftgate. You still got some tricks left in you. Take on today the Nissan Rogue family. Lease today, starting at just $159 per month, or save up to $10,760 on select models.
Our third quarter stats are brought to you by Nicorette.
Yeah, just in the third quarter, rush yards, unbelievable. 190, where they plays 31, 191 total yards, 12 first downs to 1, and BC trying to put themselves up by 2 scores.
First and 10 Eagles. Dillon breaking through and into the end zone. AJ Dillon, his third rushing touchdown of the game.
Incredible job up front by this BC offense. This is a 240-pound back that isn't touched from the 11-yard line. Perimeter blocking, excellent block, 2 perfect blocks. Dillon blows right through the hole, got in behind Chris Lindstrom. Outstanding block, pulling him around, and Dillon skates. That'll be the easiest touchdown he has in his career as an Eagle.
Dave Archer, an 11-yard touchdown run for the freshman, AJ Dillon.
28 unanswered points by the Boston College Eagles. Hey, Louisville, you better wake up.
They're looking for a jolt to awaken their Louisville Cardinals. BC in the end zone once again, Dave Archer.
Defense has been tough all day long. Come up with a short field opportunity on the interception by Wyatt Ray. And a 22-yard drive ends with a Dillon touchdown.
Samuel spun down at the 15. 14-yard return. Travion Samuel. Isaiah McDuffie made the special teams tackle for Boston College. Let's check in with DJ.
Fellas, at BC, the last couple of series, each time they've come over to the sideline, Coach Steve Adazio has been adamant. This is who we are. This is what we do. And he literally gave every guy a hug as it came off. They're excited. The energy level is above the roof right now. And BC feels really confident about where they stand right now.
He's got to be thrilled, DJ. Old offensive line coach from Florida days, those great national championship teams.
Fitzpatrick. Louisville's worst starting field position, 2 yards for Fitzpatrick.
You've got the Heisman Trophy winner, and you try to tee him up as best you can to give him an opportunity to make some plays on his own, but he has to have some guys around him make some plays. If he throws the football to somebody, they have to catch it, one, and then need to make something happen with it. I mean, as much as explosive as Lamar is, that's who the focus from BC defensively is on.
Jackson, pass over the middle, complete. Plenty of room to roll for Mickey Crum. First down, Louisville, 38-yard line and 20 yards for Crum.
Good read by Lamar Jackson. Good quick read. Looks over the middle, finds his tight end uncovered. Broken coverage, that time by BC. And Louisville took advantage.
There is a player down for Boston College, Dave. It's number 8, Will Harris, who was in on the tackle of Mickey Crum.
Yeah, Harris, one of the longtime veteran players on this defense. 32nd game as a BC Eagle. Number 2 tackler on this team, too, at the safety spot. Looks like taking a look at that left leg.
We will step aside for just a moment as they attend to Will Harris of Boston College. What a game this afternoon. Boston College, after trailing by 7 at halftime, has taken the lead 35-21, the most points the Eagles have scored all season.
Well, and both coaches looking for different things. Petrino looking for some answers offensively, really been stagnant. And Coach Adazio looking for his team to continue a high level of play. Playing inspired football. Heard DJ talking about he's slapping guys on the head as they're coming to the sideline.
Deep drop from Jackson to the 40-yard line and complete to Josh Jackson, a freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, for 3 yards.
They're trying to set up a little tunnel screen for Jackson coming back to the inside, get some linemen out in front, and very well defended by BC. Trying to get some playmakers the ball in space is what Coach Petrino's looking for.
That's the guy who's played a huge game for BC, number 96, Ray Smith. Jackson, plenty of time, escapes a deteriorating pocket, and runs up close to midfield for a first down. As we go to Charlotte, Katie, we've got a final from Durham.
We do have a final from Durham, and Tom, watch how this one played out. A Hail Mary at 4th and 8 from Daniel Jones. Unfortunately, Duke can't get it. Florida State picks up their second win of the season, the final, 17-10.
Wow, tough luck loss for Duke again, and Florida State finds a way to get a win on the road.
We will see the Blue Devils next Saturday in the ACC Game of the Week, presented by Mellow Mushroom, as Jalen Smith makes the catch. They will take on Pittsburgh.
Last two plays they've played man coverage. Lamar skated out of the pocket and got a good gain, and then this one one-on-one with his senior receiver Smith and another first down. Boston College did a nice job of kind of mixing coverages and keeping Lamar Jackson hemmed in.
5 catches in the game for Jalen Smith.
Showing pressure from right there and right there. Lamar Jackson now going to change the play based on what he saw from the sideline.
Jackson through the progression, now wants to go deep toward the end zone. His receiver makes the catch for a touchdown. Des Fitzpatrick over the shoulder grab.
Well, first of all, it's great protection for Lamar. He looks left. Now he's going to throw the fade right. Your item is going to fall down. Now, Des Fitzpatrick realizes he fell down. All he's going to do is get his feet down. What a great concentration catch by the redshirt freshman. Right foot down is all he needed, but he went ahead and put the second foot down just for insurance. What a play. Redshirt freshman tracking that ball coming out of the sun. What a catch.
7th TD grab of the season for Des Fitzpatrick, who now has 115 yards receiving in the game. Right foot in. What a catch by Fitzpatrick, the redshirt freshman. Louisville has come back with a TD. Jackson puts some touch on that one to Fitzpatrick. Boston College will get the ball back, 35-28 on the TD by Louisville. How about the Dr. Pepper ACC Football Championship game? Take you right down on the field. We're giving you a chance. The 360 Experience Sweepstakes. Enter at accsweeps.havilandpromotions.com.
Well, the big back has been something today for Boston College. Now, the offensive line has provided him some creases, but he's also been his own blocker. He's run through a number of Louisville Cardinals today en route to 144 yards and 3 touchdowns. See the niftiness of the big back out on the edge. He has been a force. 2 big blocks right here, and he skates in the end zone. That's the last of his 3 touchdowns so far. He'll have to continue to play because Louisville's climbed right back in it.
Boston College has scored touchdowns on each of its last 3 possessions. AJ Dillon down the sideline. Dillon trying to dash to the end zone for the Eagles, and he's gone. AJ Dillon, 4th rushing TD of the game, and it's 75 yards.
Oh my goodness. Has this kid shown up in a big way? 6 feet, 240-pounder from New London, Connecticut. Had a leg injury his senior year, only played in 4 games, and in those 4 games he ran for 600 yards and 12 TDs at Lawrence Academy in New London. His junior year ran for just under 2,000 yards and 28 touchdowns, and he has broke out the whipping stick today.
Dillon.
Unbelievable.
27 carries, Dave. 219 yards and 4 touchdowns. The most recent one for 75 yards.
Watch this one now. He's going to skate to the edge. He runs through the tackle of Jair Alexander. Get off me! He just throws the defender off his back.
22 is Chucky Williams, discarded by Dillon.
And then the speed, Tom, the speed. He outruns everybody. 4'5", 40 and 240 pounds. Hello, college football. Welcome AJ Dillon to the mix. Good Lord.
A 1-yard TD run in the second quarter. A 3-yard TD run in the third quarter. An 11-yard TD run in the fourth quarter. And he just rolled 75 yards to the house for the Eagles for TD number 4.
Tom, I was wondering, we got a chance, and it was a great pleasure to watch James Conner run the football for Pitt. And the battering ram he was, and then his ability when he got on the edge. I was wondering, do I get another guy to talk about here in the ACC? He's here. AJ Dillon, the battering ram that can run.
James Conner, who finished his career as the ACC leader in rushing touchdowns. And now playing on Sundays, Travion Samuel on the return, 14 yards. Long way to go to December 2nd, but tickets for the 2017 Dr. Pepper ACC Championship on sale now. Visit Ticketmaster.com to purchase today. Also, enter to win a luxury suite for 10 at the ACC.com/SuiteLife for 10, Dave Archer.
That'll be a lot of fun. It's the best championship game that there is out there. So competitive. It's a great weekend. It's not just the game now. It's a fun event to go to.
Clemson Tigers are the two-time defending champs. This pass complete beyond the 30 to Des Fitzpatrick. One note, Dave, I'd like to add to the Clemson-Syracuse game from last night. Just because the Tigers lost that game, by no means does that mean they're out of the national championship picture and the ACC title picture.
Yeah, very similar to a year ago. Lost to Pitt in a game in their building and rallied back to win a national championship.
Will Harris again being attended to. So they'll check on Will Harris, the junior.
Well, NC State, who has thrown their hat in the ring in a firm fashion with the way they handle Florida State, and then, of course, their win against Louisville last Thursday night, completely in the mix. As you look at NC State and Clemson, as they come down the stretch, NC State playing Pitt today. It looks like they will go on and win that football game. Bye week for both teams next week, and then it's a tough gauntlet. Clemson's got Georgia Tech and NC State. Of course, NC State, the game nobody really talking about, goes to Notre Dame, which affects them on a national level, not necessarily in the Atlantic Division. And then, of course, the game at Carter Finley. And that game a year ago, Tom, NC State and Clemson came down to an opportunity for NC State to win it on a field goal at the end of regulation. They missed it, and Clemson won the game in overtime to go on and win a national championship.
Update from Pittsburgh is a 35-17 lead late for NC State. Wolfpack beating this Louisville team this season.
And a good throw on first down by Lamar Jackson to get the ball out to his fabulous freshman for a first down.
Jackson has to retreat. Wisely gets rid of it.
Tom, great job there by Boston College. The two guys we've been talking about, Zach Allen and Harold Landry, neither one of them would allow Lamar Jackson to skate to the outside where he's so effective. They hemmed him in, pushed him back, and he finally threw the ball away to minimize the damage. Those two edge guys have played outstanding today.
2nd and 10 for the Louisville Cardinals.
Now they've got the 3 pass rushers in. Here's the interceptor. Wyatt Ray is coming. He's a rusher.
Incomplete. Jalen Smith was the target.
This is where they go to their speed package to rush the passer. You get number 11, Wyatt Ray, who had the interception. You get number 7, Harold Landry. And you get number 2, Zach Allen, all on the field at the same time.
Our 1st and 10 line presented by Cookout, serving fresh char-grilled hamburgers and 40 fancy milkshakes. Louisville 0 for its last 7 on 3rd down conversions. Jackson wants to do it himself, and he will. Stiff-armed to midfield and wrestled out of bounds. Lamar Jackson ran into Lucas Dennis. 19 yards on the run from Jackson.
And much more aggressive by Lamar here. He had decided he was going to run it. He had Reggie Bonnafon out in front. In fact, I think this was a called quarterback draw for Lamar Jackson. That's what Coach Petrino's going to have to do. He's going to have to start forcing the hand and give Lamar an opportunity to run the football. I think that's where he can hurt this Boston College defense more than anywhere else.
Jackson to pass. Over the middle, diving, attempted, incomplete. All-out attempt by Travion Samuel, couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, late pressure by Ray Smith. The big fella in the middle is going to come clean, and he's going to force Lamar Jackson to kind of hurry the throw. And because he hurried the throw, it's just a tad too wide as he's trying to throw him around the linebacker. Samuel just couldn't quite come up with it.
Jackson does have a couple of TD passes today. It brings his total to 58 career TD passes. Wants to run up the middle. Watch out. Jackson inside the 30 and a first down. Lamar Jackson with a couple of big runs. This one, the chunk is 20.
Yeah, this is just a zone read, and I think Lamar was going to keep this one all the way. Again, through the middle, excellent blocking up front to give him a crease, and that's really all he needs.
17 carries for 110 yards for Lamar Jackson.
There's what Dale Sayers used to say, give me 18 inches of daylight.
17 times he's rushed for over 100 yards, school record. Batted down at the 10.
It's a nice play. Can BC keep Lamar from hurting him in the run game? He's already hurt him twice in this drive.
Lamar to throw. Has a man at the 18. First down, Louisville. Charles Stanbury. Lucas Dennis rides him out of bounds, but not until they gain 15.
I love how this guy's developed at quarterback. In the springtime, they would blow the whistle when he would run out of the pocket. They wanted him to learn to throw from the pocket. He certainly has. He's an accomplished passer. You know, Tom, a lot of people compare him to Michael Vick and where Michael was in his career. I think he is a much more accomplished player at this point in his career than Michael was when he came out as a redshirt sophomore.
Second trip into the red zone. Here's Jackson. Landry got a piece of him and pulled him down at the 9-yard line as we go down to DJ.
One thing to watch, guys, is they're so worried about Lamar Jackson in the pocket when he's throwing, not getting outside, that they're not coming off the ball. And now that Louisville's starting to run the football, they're getting blown off the football. So they're creating the lanes up front. It's kind of like pick your poison. You want him to run it or you want him to throw it?
I think they've wanted him to throw it all day long, but now there's creases opening up like this one.
Jackson dancing into the end zone for the Cardinals. A nasty run from number 8.
Well, Lamar was much more aggressive downhill in the run game here. Didn't like what he saw, realized he only had a 4-man rush, took off. Alan Lamar did a nice job of diagnosing what BC was trying to do. You want to try to take Lamar Jackson? Well, good luck. There's been a whole bunch of people that have tried that have been laying in his wake.
Lamar Jackson with a 9-yard touchdown run. 42-35 in the 4th. Jackson to the house for the Cards. And we'll be back after a word from your local ACC station. What a fantastic football game. Lamar Jackson just took it in from 9 yards out. Second TD run of the game, and that's now 41 career rushing TDs. It's an ACC record.
Well, 2 and 2, 2 touchdowns on the ground, two touchdowns through the air. Counted for 4 touchdowns. He has been as advertised. Now can Louisville's defense step up and get a stop against this tough BC running game?
BC has scored a touchdown on 4 straight possessions. Here's a look at our Toyota game summary. For summaries of other ACC games, visit the Toyota Game Center on the ACC.com.
Well, Dillon has been outstanding. Darius Wade coming in relief for the injured Anthony Boone. And he's been tremendous. 6 for 6, 70 yards. Led 4 scoring drives. Lamar Jackson just about 7 yards shy of his average on the year of 416 yards of total offense. Well, they kind of hung in with the hot hand. We saw Brown throwing on the sideline, the young quarterback who was good when he was in.
This is Dillon. Dillon, Dave, has 221 rushing yards. Last time BC had it back to over 200 yards was back in 2013. Andre Williams, he was pretty good.
Yeah, Andre Williams was very good. Now Wade is going to have to make a play in this drive throwing the ball. Here it is.
And there's the catch. Garrison up the middle of the field and close to midfield.
You talk about assignment blows by that defense. This is just the backside tight end slam release. He's going to release into the flat. Looks like he's flowing with the run game, and Louisville has had nobody home in the entire second half. Wade now 7 for 7 throwing the ball.
22 yards on that catch and run by Chris Garrison. Just a short gain from AJ Dillon. We check in on the final from Pittsburgh with Katie and Charlotte.
It is a final, and this was how it played out. Who to call? Jalen Samuels, Stan.
Listen, one of the most explosive players, most versatile players in all the conference and the country. 40-yard touchdown for J. Sam. That's that proverbial nail in the coffin.
35-17, the final. The Wolfpack over top of Pitt.
Here's the long pass down the sideline, incomplete. Kobe White was the receiver.
It's a touchdown, Tom. It's a touchdown. They had sucked in the defense with the tight end in the flat, and Smith slips right in behind, and all Smith has to do is just throw it straight to him. Don't try to lead him, do anything. That's 2 touchdowns that the 2 quarterbacks for BC have missed with a wide-open receiver down the field.
6 of 13 on 3rd down for the Eagles. From the 48 of Louisville. That was the first incompletion that Wade has thrown since he came into the game. Wade's pass is too high. Ben Glines was the target for Wade, incomplete.
Yeah, and his first throw, Tom, from the pocket. Remember, everything else had been on the move. Wade's an outstanding athlete, moving and throwing, made him drop in the pocket that time. He's not the biggest quarterback there is, only 6 feet tall, made him try to throw it over the top of the pass rush, and he was inaccurate with the throw. Boy, he's going to go to sleep tonight thinking about that opportunity. Jeff Smith wide open for a touchdown.
First part of the half for Boston College. Russ Yeast, the deep man at the 10. That ball goes out of bounds near the 16-yard line.
BC was unable to defend some of the quick throws he had, but it's Lamar Jackson on the ground that broke BC down.
Bonnafon.
DJ, when you look at the zone read that they've got going that's coming in for the sidelines, are these call plays or is he actually reading it and either handing or keeping the ball?
These are the type of plays that you read, and with a guy like Lamar Jackson, if you give him the ability to have the run option, more times out of 10 he's going to take it, but these are run options for him as well.
Jackson in the pocket, steps away, throws it incomplete. Just to follow up, Dave, on DJ's point, rushing for Jackson 123 yards, passing 286, 409 for the game.
You look at his numbers compared from first half to second half. Really has not improved throwing the football much. When you look, he was 50% in the first half. Second, now he's below 50% here in the second half. But I think it's his run game that ultimately will, if they win this football game, it will be his ability to break them down in the run game. Here, 3rd and 8.
Big 3rd down for the Cards, deep in their own territory. Bonnafon to the boundary, trying to turn that corner at the 30. Reggie Bonnafon, 1st down Cardinals.
It's man coverage in the secondary, so once Bonnafon escapes the perimeter, he gets to the perimeter, there's nobody for him. Everybody's running downfield that are covering receivers. So once Bonnafon got to the edge, he's going to get the 1st down. BC kind of caught in that quandary. Do I pressure to keep Lamar in the pocket and play man coverage? Because if somebody breaks contain, it's a big play.
Bonnafon has gone over 100 yards rushing. Here's Jackson over the middle. Has a man near midfield. Charles Stanberry, number 80.
Well, Shock talked about this earlier in the game, early 3rd quarter. Not getting much of a rush from this BC defensive front because they want to keep Lamar in the pocket. But it's affording him a ton of time, Tom. He's waiting in the pocket and waiting for these receivers to clear. You can only cover so long in the back 7.
The 23-yard pass play takes the football down to the Boston College 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Cardinals. Lamar Jackson steps away from pressure. Jackson on the run and pushed out near the 41-yard line. It was John Lamont to push him out after 6 yards.
Yeah, mass substitution now for BC. When you're trying to rush this guy and he keeps the ball alive like he does, your defensive line just gets worn out. And so you can see guys just kind of trying to put their head down and run. Guys with their hands on their hips. They had to get a whole fresh group of guys in the game on the defensive front for Steve Addazio.
Lamar Jackson approaching 11,000 career yards. Jackson breaks away. Jackson headed to the end zone. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson of 41 yards. Freaky, the extra point to tie us up. 3 rushing touchdowns in the game for Lamar Jackson.
Tom talked about man coverage down the field. Now, Zach Allen is the edge rusher. He's got to come out here and force Lamar back inside because it's man coverage across the board. Everybody's running with the receiver. Once he gets outside Zach Allen, there's nobody for him. And is there anybody more dangerous in the open field than Lamar Jackson? You're not going to make that play. Lamar Jackson was his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. And then guess what? The Heisman Trophy winner showed up.
14 straight points for the Cardinals. And Dave Archer, we're tied at 42 with 5:03 to go. What a football game.
100 career touchdowns for Lamar Jackson. What a career. And oh, hey, guess what? He's got about half a season left, and he's got another 5 minutes to weave his magic in this game.
58 passing touchdowns. And now 42 rushing touchdowns. Lamar Jackson. No return from the Eagles.
Yeah, I thought maybe Taj Boyd was out of reach, but the way he's doing it, 5 today, he's got another, what, 6 games or so left in the bank. He might go get Taj Boyd, and if he decides to come back for his senior year, look out, 200. He may come and get that.
Lamar Jackson. What a day.
All right, BC, you know what they are. Run the football, good percentage throws, but they got to be successful on 1st and 2nd down.
Pretty good on 1st down for the Eagles and Thad Smith.
Yeah, good on the jet sweep. They've been running the ball in the middle of the Louisville defense. Louisville knows that. They've been concentrating on stopping the big back. Got him to the edge with a nice run on 1st down, 6 yards.
Dillon. Forward progress to the 34-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and short for BC. Papa John's Cardinal Stadium has come alive for the Cards.
Yeah, and if you're Steve Addazio right now, you're thinking, okay, my defense is shot. I've got to get a 1st down right here on offense.
Henry Femarua led the defensive charge. BC trying to get it, and they will with Dillon. And he drags a couple of red shirts with him beyond the 45-yard line.
Boy, this kid is a beast. He has been amazing today. Contact right at the line of scrimmage, bounces off of it, runs through 2 tackles, and then carries 3 tackles.
We thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. Tom Wormy, Dave Archer, DJ Shockley. What a football game. Wade running away from the defense. And he goes out of bounds beyond the 45. Forced out by Etheridge.
Yeah, much better job that time by Louisville to defend all the elements of the bootleg. That means the dragging tight end to the tight end in the flat. And a good decision by Wade to just get what he could get and get out of bounds.
That's Mike Knoll Field goal kicker for the Eagles, or Colton Lichtenberg rather, number 99. The Eagles trying to get in range for a potential field goal. Keep an eye on that clock. 3:36 and rolling as Dillon makes the carry, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, remember, Tom, the only success Wade's had throwing the ball has been on the perimeter. He has one throw from the pocket and is about 25 feet over his guy's head coming on the slant. Do they allow him to get out of the pocket, or does Scott Leffler leave him in the pocket to try to make a throw here on 3rd down?
7 of 15 in the game for the Eagles on 3rd down.
You got man coverage. Watch for the tight end here. Quick, easy throw in the flat.
From the 48 of Louisville, 3rd and 4. Tied at 42. Wade the release to the turf and incomplete. Russ Yeast defending. Knocked it down.
Again, it's a throw. Wade at 6 feet tall is going to have to make out of the pocket. Let's see what his vision was. He had a pretty good lane to throw the ball through, but the ball is too tall. Those slant routes you want down near the waist for a guy to catch the ball, crashing to the inside, be able to make that catch and go to the ground. Ball too tall.
Borgerson was the receiver. Couldn't pull it in. BC must punt. They had gone 4 straight possessions with a touchdown. 2nd straight punt for the Eagles. Fair catch made about the 17-yard line. It was Russ Yeast, 31 yards on the punt. Tied at 42. Jackson leads them on the field for Louisville. 2:50 to go in this fantastic football game.
Well, and this kid has been spectacular. He realized that his defense was struggling to get things stopped. What's he done? All he's done is come back out and answer score after score. And now he has an opportunity because of a defensive stop. He finally has an opportunity to put his team ahead here in the 4th quarter.
Teams played here in Louisville a couple seasons ago. A close win for the Cards, 17-14. They've won 4 in a row against BC. This pass complete on the edge. Bonnafon out of bounds, close to the 20 as Schwab inhibited his progress. 3 yards for Bonnafon.
Yeah, just kind of a quick screen, a swing screen to the outside. Got a block from Fitzpatrick. All right, get up the field, but a good job by BC to limit the game. Again, for BC, the key to this thing is going to be not to let Lamar Jackson beat him with the run game.
Boston College has not won in this series since 1994. They did it here at Louisville, 35-14. There goes Jackson. Defender loses the helmet on contact, up to the 30 and a 1st down. The helmet belonged to Taj Amir Torres. It's 10 yards for Jackson, and the chains roll.
Yeah, this is the problem for BC now. They've done an excellent job of hemming him in, but now he's playing extremely aggressive, pulling the ball down and taking off.
First and 10 from the 30 for the Cardinals. Just over 2 minutes to go in regulation. The pass at the 40 is caught.
Ball's out.
Now the ball's on the turf. Boston College has scooped it up. Dave, I didn't hear a whistle. Here's Cameron Moore. And that ball comes out and is available. And the fight continues for possession of the football.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to give the catch. Was it a catch? The first throw by Lamar.
The indication, Dave, is that Boston College has possession of the football. The catch was made and then fumbled by Jalen Smith, but we might take a look here.
Yeah, I think obviously they take a look at all of these. Let's see if this is a catch. Certainly looked like he took a couple of steps. Did he put the ball away? That's what the officials will look at, the replay booth will look at. I mean, Cameron Moore's strip, but a good job by Yiadom to get on the ball to save the ball for BC.
Yeah, that could be the play of the game by Yiadom. Here's a good look.
The ball is, definitely out. Is it enough of a catch? Did he secure the catch? Nobody buzzing down. The officials have had a chance to look at it upstairs, and they're satisfied with it being a fumble.
Boston College has the ball on the turnover to Dillon. Again, Isaac Yiadom, the senior from Worcester, Massachusetts, at Doherty High School, falling on that football, making the biggest play of the game.
Well, now it's about BC milking the clock and getting themselves in field goal range.
Dillon behind his sturdy offensive line. to the 31-yard line and 5 yards.
Well, if you're Coach Petrino, you got to think about maybe burning a timeout here, Tom. Because what BC's going to do is they're just going to milk the clock here and set up for a field goal. You want to save time for Lamar Jackson. Now a timeout by Boston College.
3rd and 2 for BC. And they're going to talk about this situation tied at 42. Eagles able to cover their own fumble after Cameron Moore scooped up a loose ball. And then Isaac Yiadom falling on the football. BC able to knock it loose. And the discussion with Coach Adazio and his team. What an afternoon for these two football teams. Again, Boston College has not beaten Louisville since 1994, and it was here in Louisville, 35-14, where they rolled up 549 yards of total offense. Their only win, Dave, in the series here in Louisville. DJ?
Fellas, one thing to really pay attention to is this 3rd and 1, and they're so worried about stripping the football out with a big running back like Dillon. They got to make sure they tackle him first. If not, he can drag for another 3-4 yards or take it in like he's done in his whole second half.
3rd and 2 for Boston College. Dillon, that's a first down and more inside the 25.
Well, now Coach Petrino has 3 timeouts in his pocket. He's got to save time now for his offense. And in fact, Louisville burns a timeout right there.
Cannon made the tackle on Dillon.
Well, AJ Dillon has been if you want to talk about what he's done to Louisville's defense, it's called blunt force trauma. He has come downhill and just battering ram himself to the yardage. He's been his own blocker sometimes, but this offensive line, given the opportunity to come off the ball, 35 carries, 259 yards for A.J. Dillon. But that offensive line and those tight ends, it's going to be a proud day for Steve Adazio. I talked about how he's an old offensive line coach. This is his kind of game, boy. They've come off the ball, played in his image today on the offensive side.
That is Colton Lichtenberg loosening up.
Yeah, that's not a good percentage there, 10 of 20.
He's already missed one today, Dave, in the 3rd quarter, that from 40 yards.
Pretty sure you're not overly confident in 10 for 20 if you stand on the sideline.
He's 7 of 11 this season. Career long is 43 yards. That is Dillon trying to get to the 20-yard line. He got 3. Dave, we're inside of a minute now.
Coach Petrino burns his 2nd timeout. So you run it here and then you burn the timeout, 4th down. Or actually it would be 3rd down. So Coach Petrino really kind of in a tough spot here to try to conserve any time. Hoping that his defense can rake at the ball, as DJ Shockley suggested, trying to get the ball out.
Here's our performance of the game. It's brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Pretty good choice here, Dave. A.J. Dillon, the freshman for Boston College.
Yeah, Dillon's been spectacular. Really kind of an unknown coming into the game, unless you're in the BC circles, kind of knew what this kid potentially would be. Well, the potential is out, folks. 259 yards and 4 touchdowns. He has been spectacular today.
2nd and 7 for the Eagles from the 20. Dillon, left side. That's been his sweet spot as he busts his way close to another first down inside the 15. Williams makes the tackle for Louisville. He got 8.
Well, and again, the paramount thing that they'll be telling the young running back, remember, a freshman running back, so it's something you got to remind him, is cover the football up. He's got a lot of people banging on him as Louisville exhausts their final timeout. But you've got to remind the young kid, hey, yards at this point, nice, but not paramount. We're in field goal range. Take care of the football. You almost wonder here now, because Coach Petrino didn't have any timeouts left, you obviously want to get the first down here, but you've got 2 timeouts at your Boston College. Now you can kind of get the ball in the perfect spot. Or if you're Steve Adazio, you just got to bludgeon the ball in the end zone. Forget the field goal. Let's run it in.
4 rushing touchdowns in the game for A.J. Dillon. Colton Lichtenberg, the junior from Savannah, Georgia, is 0 for 1 in the game, missing from 40 yards away. Don't forget our ACC football game of the week presented by Mellow Mushroom, the Pittsburgh Panthers, the Duke Blue Devils. We start everything at noon with the ACC Blitz powered by Ram Trucks. 3rd and 1 for Boston College. 43 seconds to go. This is Dillon falling towards the 10-yard line. That's enough for a first down. And so BC has converted on 3rd down. Clock is moving.
Now, where do they want the football? Now's the key. Where does the kicker like the ball? You center the ball, put the ball wherever he wants it. They keep it on that side. Not sure why they would run that. You're just kind of exposing the football. Now you run the clock down to about 3 seconds.
Wow.
You burn the timeout. You're going to wait till about 3 seconds and kill it.
Louisville came up with 14 straight points to tie this game at 42. Lamar Jackson with 3 rushing touchdowns, a couple of passing, and now it looks like the balance of this game squarely on the shoulders of Colton Lichtenberg. This from 40 yards away in the 3rd quarter was no good.
Well, Tom, let's be fair. Anytime a kicker comes out and you got things on the line, especially like this, where you got a chance to beat Louisville in their own building, opportunities like this don't come along very often. So this young man, his stomach's in his throat right now. So try to find a way to settle down. Think about all the kicks you've had in practice. Take yourself to practice as best you can to that happy place. And try to knock one through here. This is not a long kick. You're talking about a 29-yard kick here. But it'll seem like it's 50 yards for him unless he can focus and knock it through.
27-yard attempt. BC won 2 conference games last year. They're 0-3 in conference games this season. This from Lichtenberg to win it for the Eagles. 27 yards away, and he knocks it right through. Boston College wins on the final play of the game. The 27-yarder from Colton Lichtenberg, and the Eagles win it 45-42.
Tom, we saw Steve Adazio's team do this last year when on the road, beating NC State in their building at Carter Finley. And here his team comes on the road again and finds a way to get a huge win behind an unbelievable rushing performance by his freshman running back. And BC, some road warriors, comes on the road and wins a big one.
Lichtenberg from 27 yards away as time runs out. And Boston College goes on the road and wins it against the Louisville Cardinals. What a victory for Steve Adazio and the Eagles, and we go down to DJ.
Coach, huge win. Your team came out in that second half and fought hard. You ran it hard. What does this win say for your program?
You know, we got a bunch of guys that aren't going to stop battling. We are fighters. We fought today. I'm proud of my players, proud of the coaches, just the way they competed, they fought, they battled. We had we listened to a talk last night about just stand. Just stand. That's what we did.
Good job, folks. Congratulations. Nice win.
Appreciate it.
Big win here for BC, guys.
Boy, he's an emotional guy. I love seeing it for Steve Adazio. What a performance by his team.
Wow. For highlights and must-see moments from this game and other games, visit the ACC.com. Coming up next on the ACC.com, our studio crew, Katie, Tommy, Stan. More analysis of today's ACC action on our new post-game show, Victory Formation, on the ACC.com. Join us for the ACC Blitz, powered by Ram Trucks, next Saturday at noon, followed by the Mellow Mushroom Game of the Week, Pittsburgh at Duke and Durham. You've been watching coverage of Atlantic Coast Conference football on the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports. BC wins it on the road at Louisville.